welcome to Good Vibes Goddess Tarot. So today we're going to do it's it's kind of sort of like a twin flame reading. But I'm gonna clean the energy and the space first, then I'm gonna explain. Okay. So if you got headphones in, you might want to turn them down real fast so you don't upset your eardrums. Okay. So it's not okay. So this is a twin flame, right? But not like your twin flame, right? Because you still have some things that you need to heal. So as of right now, you have like twin flames in the mix and stuff like that, but you're not really picking up on them per se. You're picking up more on the negative because as you're in like the survival mode, so you're more so focusing on the negative and where the problems are. So, like your karmics and stuff like that, you might pick up on like karmic twin flames and be like, kind of thing, or like even like an ex like kind of situation and talk about like what brought y'all two together and why, like if it is hard for you to like let them go and move on and stuff like that, why is that? Oh, I should also bring the yin yang deck. I was thinking about that when I was preparing and I never got it. But yeah, so I have my twin flame activation deck, right? And so it's like if y'all mirroring each other kind of thing, why is that kind of stuff? Like, so that's why I'm saying it's a twin flame, but not really twin flame, because some people was going to say, oh, yeah, mirroring each other, yeah, must be twin flames. And it's like, you could just mirror somebody because you're mirroring somebody. Like support groups and stuff like that. We all have the same wound, the sort of like same trauma in a way. So we're mirroring that, but like how we go about it or how we express it or like the rest of it is very different. So it's like we mirror each other in certain parts and certain aspects. We should not like a direct mirror in a way. Like it's more so because what I'm picturing in my head is like the acting warm up, like the mirroring in each other and stuff like that. Do what the other person is doing. It's like something like that, which brought y'all together. So it's more so of a trauma bond than like an actual twin flame kind of stuff. Where like your twin flame, you might like have certain like trauma situation and stories, but like how y'all went about it is really similar in a way. Like like me and stuff like that. Probably if you realize I use like jokes and stuff like that. So if I'm going through something, am I going to joke about it? Yes. So am I a person going to do the exact same thing? Yes, but I will be aware of like, okay, I joke to hide something, so it's like there's something behind the joke, so like that kind of thing. Like dark humor and stuff like that, like even though sometimes it's a little bit fucked up, it's like there's a tiny bit of truth to it, like kind of thing. But like where your karmic might not get that, might try to like change you or force you to change. Like your twin flame will understand like like you said it for a reason, find like and know the reason for it, and then like work on the reason that you're saying it and stuff like that, rather than try to like be like you shouldn't say that, like kind of thing. Like so yeah. Is there anything else I want to explain? No, I don't think so. Pretty much will explain as I go. So we're going to start off with the twin flame activation. So basically, it could be an ex, it could just be somebody that you have a crush on. Because I was doing a pick a card, and at least like two of the piles is going to be the same. I realized that based on I used my crystal deck, and apparently it was the same crystal, just like a little bit of spots in it, and it's just like, okay, it's like, so clearly, you might want to go try to watch that one as well. So then it was like at least two of them was going to be the same, and then one was going to be different. It's just like I could just do one whole reading and call it a day. So yeah, and then I'm pretty much still using the like some of the cards, and I added one like deck to it. No, two decks technically, and the layout is pretty much different. Where the other time I was doing like person A, person B. Now I'm just doing like general. Why did y'all talk? Why did y'all come together? what is the lesson behind it? Seeing that is more so tied to karmics and people that you're mirroring. It's like once you heal whatever that is, you will realize like that person was just more so project like now they like if anything happens they're more so just projecting on you and then you don't have to really accept that. And I'll just explain as I go. So yeah. So we have trust with acts, listen, and allow. And then we have awareness with crystal clear vision. Okay, I know. Okay, if I show you the card and you notice the numbers, I notice the numbers too. We're gonna get into that. I want to see like if it continues to repeat because in this deck, I'm not sure what the colors mean. I'm gonna be honest with you. But like I'm pretty sure like the numbers repeat in a way. So yeah. And then we have clearing crystal. What? Sorry, clearing energy blockages with activation of higher chakras. This okay. Like I know I more so talked about like the main like these seven like chakras, but like if you really like look into chakras and stuff like that, there's a lot more stuff like that like to it. Like you see, like I was saying, like circling, like there's a lot more chakras to it than just the seven. But in order to tap into those, you need to tap into the seven. Like where your root chakra, there where you're grounded, it's like you grounded with yourself, and then there's another one below that where you grounded. It's like you becoming more grounded with the environment, with nature and the world around you, and stuff like that. So like where if you have where certain people where they have like when they have problems and they have blockages, like they need to walk and stuff like that, and need to go outside and get air and stuff like that. It's them becoming more connected and grounded with themselves, but also with their environment around them, and like even though they can't control like where they are and where they like the whole situation, like they can at least control that and where they're walking and stuff like that, and that like gets them a little bit clearer, more grounded, have them a little bit more awareness for them to like allow things to at least allow themselves to think, allow themselves to like process what's going on and what they're going to do, stuff like that, or even ask themselves questions like, "Why is this happening?" They'd be like, "Well, this is happening. Like this is happening because you did this, this, and the third, like kind of thing." And like how to fix the problem and stuff like that. Or some people they tend to run from the problem, and it's just like that doesn't really help you, but it's like that's an option you could do. But you know. Then we have twin flame where everything is possible. You starting to see the colors you see? I don't know what it means. I really don't know what it means, but it's like we got some grays, now we got brown, and we have like green. Um, which see, I think the chakra underneath the root chakra is brown. I know one of them is brown. I'm not sure which where, but like yeah. Oh, they even kind of show like there's even more like above the crown chakra. Yeah, they don't show the one below them. Yeah, it's whatever. But then we have speak your truth for expressing yourself. And so, like I was saying earlier, with your twin flame, like let's say you get like you into dark humor, okay, and or like um you do like little puns and stuff like that, and then like sometimes you be like you will say something and it's like it's a pun, but there's like you literally don't realize it because like there's no pun intended. Like you just it is what it is. Where like sometimes you are just trying to be funny and stuff like that. So it's like pun intended, like stuff like that, or like you know with dark humor and stuff like that, where you don't necessarily like agree with what they're saying, but you know and realize like there is some type of truth to it. There is like a tad bit of truth to it, and as fucked up as it may sound or may be, like it's a little bit funny, you know. Um, like what's popping in my head is Cartman from South Park. Like every time he picked on Kyle and stuff like that, or like made fun of Kyle for his mom. Like this, like there's times where you're just like, this is why. Like this is why Cartman made a whole song. And everybody know the song. Like you do this every time. And even Kyle at some point he was like, hey, just please. Like, can we please not do this? Like this is why people hate us. Like, can we stop? And it's like, because he understand like there's like a tad bit of truth to it. But it's like as fucked up as it may be, like it's funny. And it's like your true soulmate will understand that like that's just how you express yourself. And it's not that it's like might be like a little shadow, like kind of thing. Like I don't fucking know. Like like for me, okay, like some people like in my real life would be like, oh, you're so like happy and jovial and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, because they're always laughing and stuff like that. But like, you know, then now me liking the Joker, that's kind of like, how did I go together? And it's like, it goes. Like, what did you talk about? And it's like he laughs all the time, she tells jokes all the time, and it goes together. And then it's just like, yeah, but like he like blows things up and do this and do that, and it's just like he pretty much is just trying to say like, if you have one bad day, like it could make somebody snap. And he's like, that is accurate. It happens. We've seen it happen plenty of times. And it's like you rather than um go into like villainy, you can kind of sort of, if you can find a joke in it and laugh it off, like that's the best thing you can do because laughter is the best like medicine and stuff like that. It is good for your heart. It's good. It's good for your face. It moves a lot of muscles, and it's better to have freaking like smile lines than fucking wrinkles on your forehead. If you ask me, I don't know. And it's like, yeah, just so like how the way you express yourself, like your true, like your soulmate, your true twin flames, they're not gonna force you to change and be like, oh, this is a problem, you need to change it. Like if you want to change it, they be like, all right, cool. Like I'm here for like I'm here for the ride. Like where she's speaking, where the speaking your truth, there's flowers and stuff like that. Flowers is always growing, but like there's times where like their parts of themselves dies off and stuff like that for them to grow. So that means that you are going to shed some parts of you. You are going to no, so you're gonna outgrow some things. You're no longer gonna align with certain things. Like probably maybe when you was a teen, you probably lose a lot of dark humor to like mask your problems and stuff like that. Where now you're more so direct with it, so saying it as it is, and it's just like, oh, like now a lot of these jokes make sense, kind of thing. And it's like you was always speaking your truth, and just how you expressed it is a little bit different. Like on the top of my head is like Frida Kahlo, like where she and her painting and stuff like that, like where she presented herself as a male and stuff like that from time to time. Like she knows she's a female, she understands that, but she she feels like she had these masculine qualities, and like that will make her a great lover and stuff like that, or a great producer, or great provider, a great this, a great that. But then there was an underlying meaning to it. It was like she couldn't have kids, so she felt like that part of her, like that like feminine part of her, is like gone or taken away from her. So like she is a man because she can't like that kind of thing. She can't have a kid. She can't carry kids. She was never able to witness that and stuff like that. But then there are some paintings where she is very feminine, like when she realized like there's more to femininity than just like having a child. Like there's periods, man. That shit hurts. Okay, like that child did not. Okay, and now where men have like the little simulations and they're seeing like what we go through, and they'd be like, and you go to school with this, and you go to work, and this is like, yeah. Yeah, in some countries they get off. Not here, but that's okay. All right, you can move to those countries if you want to, or you just got to suck it up and deal with it because it's life. And it's like they will respect it and understand it. Like so, when sometimes you are a little bit in your shadow and don't want to talk, or you might lash out a little bit, or be a little bit reclusive. I don't know how your shadow expresses itself. It's like that person understands like it and won't take it personal, realize it's not tailored toward them. It's more so you're trying to figure yourself out, and while figuring yourself out, you kind of sort of figuring the world out and your place in the world, and what do you want to do and stuff like that. And then we have soulmate. We're clearing core wounds. And then, okay, I don't know, but okay, so we have reprogramming the soul with release, raising, and reclaiming. It was slanted. I don't know if it's crossing this. I don't know what happened, but or if this is all together and this is crossing. I don't know, but also, if you've also been paying attention to the numbers, you realize when I said like there's 3 3 here, 3 3 here. That's why I needed to pull out all the like everything. So I'd be like, okay, um, we'll continue. And then we have divine order with practicing patience. Yeah, because you reprogram and things are like I just said before with the flowers and stuff like that. Things are you're shedding some stuff without like I don't know if you realize you're shedding some things and letting go of some things or healing some things, and it's just like yes, and that's helping you grow and helping you evolve, but also helping you realize yourself and realize like your place in the world, and you're starting that question to act like realizing certain things, a lot of things, and it's kind of sort of part of like your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening. Um, and starting to like reprogram and realize that like rebooting because you were like the version that you used to like operate on can't operate in this like environment anymore, so you need to have like a new version of yourself. And just like Apple keep like having new phones, there's always gonna be like a new, like they should be always be like a new version of you, like where they say like learn something new every day, like it really do like increase your brain function or like your brain shape and stuff like that. Even if it's like reading for like 5 minutes or 15 minutes and stuff like that, or trying to learn a new language, some I don't know, but it's like taking that time out. It's kind of sort of like a form of self care without realizing that, like you taking the time out for yourself and working on yourself, while also improving yourself. Um, right now, like remember when one actress she decided to learn like sign language. She was like because like I feel like she's not trying to compare struggles. Like she already has struggles. She was like, but I can like talk and I can hear. She was like, so I want to know like how it feels like if I didn't have that kind of thing. Not saying like to go mimic like Stevie Wonder or anything like that. Don't do that. But like to learn sign language is not that bad because there's a lot of like deaf people, or like even it's not even just like people that's deaf or hard of hearing. Like there's a lot of people that's just nonverbal, and it's like so it's a good skill to know, right? Let's say even like there's some autistic kids that just nonverbal. They can talk, they just but they don't want to, and so knowing sign language and being able to communicate with them will actually benefit them and also benefit you because if they like let's say they're crying and you don't know why they're crying, if they can't really explain to you why they're crying because they're not going to talk, so if you sign it to them and they sign it back or they sign it to you, you're not out here thinking they throwing up gang signs, kind of the video of Waka Flocka popped in my head with his interpreter. She was jamming like she he was like looking at her like yeah like kind of thing. He knows that was the interpreter, but it's just like all right, I didn't know it. Like that shit look fire. Even when like I can hear what I'm saying, but like seeing what I'm saying, like it still look good, kind of thing. So it was like realizing that where even like before we really didn't think about that, and it's like well, oh, like people like oh well they couldn't hear anything, so it's like it doesn't matter. It's like some people can feel the beat and stuff like that, and that tell like alone is let them know the difference in songs and stuff like that. So yeah, and also that's a form of patience and stuff like that. Learning a new thing, you're not gonna be. Sometimes it might be great at it all like right away. If you're a prodigy, I don't fucking know. I'm not that. Okay, far from it. There's some things that I just like. Okay, great, but then there's something I'm just like, what are you even talking about? Like kind of thing. Like I get math, but then it was plenty of times we almost got a divorce. We was real close. we was real close to like yeah, no, I don't think I need this anymore. And then like once you explain it a different way, and I'm just like, why didn't they just say that? Like now I get it, kind of things. But like it's a certain point in math, I'm just like, I don't know what you talk about. I don't think I like. I don't. It's okay. I'm fine. So it's like certain things where I'm just like, okay, and there's certain topics where it's great, and certain topics where I'm not. Like geometry, just a bunch of shapes and lines, if you ask me. And it's like I know there's formulas, okay, I get that, and I know there's more to it, but it's just like if there's a shape, you got to figure out this, and you got to do that, and then it's just like okay, like kind of thing. I don't know why we needed to have it all like by itself. We have like area and surface and we did all that like in algebra, but I don't know why we had to do all of it. Gotta be special, but like you still got. I had to sit through it. I had to learn it, and it's important, like for like engineers and stuff like that, or even like when I was in freaking algebra 2 and trigonometry, imaginary numbers. That's important as well for like certain departments and certain like careers. Not really me, because I'm more so dealing with sciencey things and not those kind of things. But it's like that comes up from time to time. I needed to know it, and it's like also like while you're going, like certain things will like you'll realize it's connected, and where you probably didn't have like a great understanding in one area, that's like in geometry, or like probably in trigonometry. I don't fucking know. Maybe you understood it a little bit better, and it's like as you like perseverance and like continue to go and take it a step at a time and not beat yourself up, because you are learning something new. You're not going to know everything right away. You're not going to have all the answers. Nobody has all the answers, and that's just a part of life. We're just trying to figure out. Everybody's just trying to figure out why the fuck are we here? How do we get here? What happens after? And what are we supposed to do in the meantime? And Spirit is just like, you live, okay? You love, you learn, you grow, you fall, you get up, you grow, you shed some things, right? There's gonna be certain parts of you or certain times in your life where you feel like, damn, I'm almost done. The other video in my head, like, I almost died. Like, popped in my head, like, yeah, but you made it through and you made it out. And it's like that made you a whole different and better person and stuff like that. So it's like sometimes your personality change and stuff like that, but it's kind of sort of like always kind of sort of the same in a way. Like, there's not really much of like a drastic well, sometimes depends. Like there could be like a drastic change or a drastic shift, but then just like that's just in the moment. As you understand and you go through life, you learn more things, you unpack a lot of things, you realize like why certain things happened or why stuff unfolds the way that it did, and realize that this is what everybody's trying to do. And then these two came out together. So we have Harmony and Transformation. Harmony says letting your light shines, and Transformation says battle of head versus heart. Oh, I get that a lot. More so. Oh, because the head versus heart would pop in my head is Kermit the Frog versus evil Kermit. Like, yeah, sometimes I get it. I understand. Like, you just want peace, and then people just want to be like disturbing you and distracting you and just want you to be a villain. It's like, no, I don't want to be a villain. And then, and it's like where, like I was saying before, like with dark humor, maybe that's how you say express yourself and stuff like that. Where now you might be a little bit more direct or with a little bit of tad of dark humor in there from time to time. Or you are like more centered with it, like kind of thing, and realize like some things you can laugh at, some things some people might need a little bit more time on. And like I don't know, like Dave Chappelle just popped in my head, like where like in one, I forgot which one of like his specials, where he was saying like the LGBTQ don't come to me, the LGBTQ community was mad at him, and because of certain jokes that he said, he was like he's not like against them in any way, shape, or form, which is why he makes jokes to make it seem like make it so like you just like I see you as I see everybody else. Like I make fun of everybody else. Like of course I make fun of you as well. Then he had a friend that was a part of that group and that community, and that like well, that friend um will try to like stick up for him and be like, no, like he's really like seriously, like he's not against us, like he's just like, there's he's literally just doing what he's doing. And then that friend was also a comedian and like understood and like realized like it's a part of life, like everybody's gonna have an opinion. It's like you have to find like the laughter in it and a joke in it and stuff like that, like the silver lining and stuff like that. And because sometimes like life is shitty, but like sometimes you just really gotta laugh at it. Sometimes you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the like, kind of thing. And it's like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is going on? And it's like, yeah, because sometimes it's like, huh? And where I forgot how to, he was talking about it. I forgot how it ended up. But I watched it man long ago. But realizing like there is certain things, like there are certain people that's like arrogant to certain things, but then there are certain people that is aware of certain things, and especially if they're telling you and expressing their truth and speaking their truth, don't try to like paint it off as something that is not. That's more so of the karmic trying to be like and trying to force you to change. Your twin flame and stuff like that, or your true soulmates, they will understand like where you're coming from and see where you're coming from and take the time out to like get all that, understand all that. And then we have integration with multi-dimensional healing. And then we have the generator with staying grounded. And then we have the Voyager journey with past life healing. Okay, so you might, like I said before, you might have some actual like twin flames around you, but you also have some karmics like thrown in there, mixed in there, so you more so paying attention to the karmics than like the actual true genuine twin flames. And if you're aware of like your actual true twin flames, pay attention to the people that they don't like or that they didn't like. They probably never like bad mouth them. Even if they did bad mouth them, like pay attention to the things that they said and why they said those things. Because that's part of the listening. That's like you're, like I said before, like you, some of y'all going through like an awakening and realizing something and being becoming aware of certain things. So you're asking certain questions and trying to heal your past life, just heal it from your karma, and realizing like your karmics and your karmic debt and stuff like that, and certain wounds that are around you. And the midst of that, you also realize like certain people that just pretty much like stay the same or don't grow or don't want you to just like grow and stuff like that, and the people that are trying to push you to grow and evolve, and because they're like trying to grow and evolve and they doing all this like great and big and wonderful things, and realize like those are like twin flames or even like soulmates and stuff like that. And hold on. They are your twin flames or even soulmates in a way, and then like you're starting to realize that it's not all about like romance and stuff like that and sleeping around and like not sleeping around but like all romantic and trying to date this person and be with this person. There is like lessons behind it. There is like there's friendships, there's family members, there's a lot to it more than just like sex or because like kundalini is a part of it, but then is more to it because if you do like mess it up, then it just becomes very painful or like just wrong kind of thing. And not to scare anybody, but like there's like steps and not to like force you into doing something because then you might like not just hurt yourself, you might end up blocking your energy and then or just hurting something that you don't really know like how to fix or how to heal or know that you was hurting it and the time that you was like in the hurting it and stuff like that. But back to what I was saying, like those people might be able to realize and pick up on certain things that you're not picking up on. Especially if they wasn't with you in a past life, is like they kind of sort of like you did this before, like stop that shit kind of thing. And it's because they are trying to like once you do that, once you see that become more stable, you become more grounded with not only with yourself but also with the environment around you, and you realize your purpose, like you're here for a reason and you're not here to be somebody's punching bag or like to like be used or like abused and charmed or manipulated and stuff like that. Um, and they healed those parts of like where in the past life that's probably what you thought. Like now this life is giving you the chance and the opportunity to heal those things and to come and realize that like all of that was a lie and a bunch of nonsense. And why did you believe those things? And realizing like those people didn't really matter, or you gave them way too much power or like say so over your life. And you more now this is the time and opportunity to take that back and to trust you and become more one with you, spirit, and the universe, and then like to share those gifts because those like God gives everybody gifts and he gives every like gifts tailored to them for a reason and stuff like that. Where like there's singers and stuff like that, and their voice can create or cause a certain reaction out of people. And then there's songwriters where the words that they say, or even poets, like where the words that they write and the things that they say can relate to people, and can also like could bring people together, like and a sense of unity, and like that's harmony and stuff like that, and they help realize that everyone is like pretty much the same in a certain way. Like Frida Kahlo, like there's a lot of people can like her. It's not just like the LGBTQ community. People be like, well, she was bi, and it's like, yeah, she was, but she's also an artist. And then it's like she painted herself as a dude because this, and it's like some people might not realize that, and it's like, okay, but then the people that's like going through that will realize that. So it's like, yeah, all my like Frida Kahlo. It's like, yeah, that's the core thing in common. But it's like the reason why I like that person could be different. I just like her because I feel like she's badass. Hmm? And her whole story is amazing, if you ask me. So it's just like, yeah. And also with art, there's no wrong or right way of going about it. What the artist might see as a mistake, like the viewer might see as like might find a deeper meaning to it. I don't know why I needed to say that. So like, whoa, like, yeah, I get it because I used to do like have a problem with that, but also like with makeup and stuff like that. Your face is not symmetrical, so your eyebrows they don't have to be like the identical twins. They could be fraternal, okay? Or you could just simply be sisters, and that's fine. Like that's okay. And like your face is not really that symmetrical either way, so that's fine. Um, or like even with your twin flame, yeah, because with twins, like there's different kinds of twins. And even if they're identical, like their personality could even be different. Um, what else? I'm pretty sure that's the thing that's it. Oh, well, yeah, your twin flames and your soulmates, they have lessons to teach you and stuff like that, but they don't force you to learn those lessons. Um, and stuff like that. They don't try to like force you to grow or force you to stay the same or force you to stay. They don't do anything like that. They pretty much you go at your own pace, but you like it all. It is what it is. Like you can't force a flower to grow, kind of thing. Because if you try to like give it too much water, you're gonna overwater it. Then that kills it. If you underwater it, that also kills it. So it's like you have to find a good balance and a good in between. And your actual soulmates and twin flames will understand that. Um, But some numbers that repeats are fours. We have four for four, four for four, four, for four. And then we have three, three. Those are the ones I like repeats. But then after that, we have ones, we have 11s, we have eights, we have fives, we have twos, we have six. Oh, we have two twos. I can see that. So it's four for four, three to three, two to two. Right? And then we have a nine. Um, but it starts off with four, three, one, and then 11, then eight, three, five, 2, 9, 4, 6, 4, 2. And then four talks about like stabilities, but also like in the tarot, the Four of Wands is like the twin flame card, stuff like that. But also like depends on which that you kind of sort of use. It could be like a relationship, it could be marriage. Um, I like twin flames, like I said, and stuff like that. Um, which talks about like more so of like a foundation, like two people coming together to build something and like build a foundation, build a home, build a connection, build a relationship. And threes talks about like collaborations, working together, and one having intentions, creating something, a beginning or a start. 11 is a wish. Um, eight is like movements. Also, self versus ego, which is expressing its truth here, like having some form of ego death and realizing like you have to put your pride to the side. Like you can't be all prideful in a relationship and stuff like that. Then we have three again because that will mess up the foundation, the collaboration, and the relationship that you have. With five, that will cause conflict and also a shift because five also means transformation. Two, in the relationship, like you can also throw it out of balance. Two means balance and alignment, choices, yin and yang, and stuff like that. Um, so if like your both is operating out of ego, the relationship is just gonna be very egotistical and very harmful and damaging. Where if you both are operating out of like your light side, like it will be a lot more easier, a lot lighter and stuff like that. You'll be more balanced and stuff like that. Where which in yin and yang, right? Like there's white and it has like a little bit of the darkness, stuff like that. Saying like in the light, like you have to go through some form of darkness and stuff like that. Or like but also in the dark there's a little bit of light in there. Like saying like pretty much all is not lost. Like you can change, you can transform and stuff like that. You can always find the light. You can always there's always an in between. Like that's always like that's the beauty of life. There's gonna be some ups and there's gonna be some downs. There's gonna be a lesson throughout the whole thing. When you're gonna have some highs, that's when you have gratitude and stuff like that. You be grateful and you learn to appreciate certain things, and you realize like the things like where you were struggling and how that helped you get to this place, and you appreciate those struggles a little bit more. But then you probably be like, why the fuck am I appreciating struggles? Kind of things like that's weird, and it's like because you learned something in those struggles. Like wouldn't have realized that unless you had those highs, unless you persevered and got through it. And that's two. Nines is releasing and letting go. Fours to bring things into like four do talk about like struggles and foundations. So where the five that's creating the conflict and trauma, you're releasing that, letting it go so the foundation become more stable again and stabilized, where states you can have some peace of harmony and back to collaboration. And then we have four, because everybody is feels safe and secure pretty much, and like their choices and in alignment with what's going on in the relationship. It's not like up in the air. You don't know what's going on or what's happening, kind of thing. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what's happening. Then we have the Before Tarot with the Six of Wands. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. The Six of Wands talk about like it's a victory after a very long battle. So it's like this is probably like the battle just finished, right? Because they haven't put the wreath on his head yet. They're be like, okay, like send him on his merry way. Be like, hey, you won. Let people know, like you win. You a warrior. You overcame whatever you overcame, stuff like that. So it's like you're on this journey, and it's been a while. Okay, it's been very long. You've been fighting, and you're starting to realize, like the Queen of Pentacles here, like the worth. Why? Because we have the snake here. Why the snake came and try to offer you something? Why they continue to try to offer you something? Why are they trying to talk to you? Why are they trying to get you like the attention? Why are they trying to tempt you in certain ways? And but then with the Page of Pentacles, it's like learning those lessons, the important lessons that you needed to learn, like to heal the things that needed to be healed, um, to become at like compete one with yourself, like where you have control over your mind and you have control over your heart, not like other people or like the world or the environment that you're in, and also realizing your worth and your value and what you want rather than what everybody's telling you what you should want. Because if you remember like the Six of Wands, before the Six of Wands, is a Five of Wands, where there's like competition and fighting and like a conflict and stuff like that. Where before it probably started off like a friendly competition, and then it like evolved into like something probably like an actual fight or actual battle. You're starting to realize like there you don't have to compete in certain things or entertain certain things. You can like walk away and stuff like that. Because even the Five of Swords talks about like battles and conflicts, but also like picking and choosing your battles wisely. And like that could be reporting to the six, like here. That could like be a part of your healing and realizing like people are gonna try to compete with you. You don't have to try to like compete back and stuff like that. Sometimes you just go about your merry way and just it is what it is. And now we use the tarot of opposites, where you see like how here has 4 4. I mean like so you are both mirroring that kind of like energy and stuff like that. I'm going to lay it flat, so I'm still going to say like the card, like how it's like the Six of Wands and stuff like that. I'm gonna say the card, but one side will be like the reverse of it, and the other side will be like the upright. And then as I continue, then I will read the whole thing and be like the kind of thing, and then like bop bop bop. But whichever side you feel like, as I like explain, because I'm gonna have cards to clarify it. Whatever side or part that you feel like more so connects to you or resonate with you or help you, then take that. Because you know there might be the other person's part. Um, because with your twin flame, you're somewhat yet, like I said, y'all have similar stories, similar things. Probably how y'all went about it is a little bit different, and that's fine and that's okay. But like realizing like the snake and stuff like that with the girl with the snake, because technically the Queen of Wands is a girl, and she's not right, and the Page is a girl, is a feminine energy. So it's like the snake kind of thing where people will try to like charm you, manipulate you, and you know the narcissist and stuff like that put you in competition and compete with you. To start to realize that and realize your value and realize the spirit is not going to put you and tell you to be in competition with anybody and stuff like that. That's not why you're here. Um, you're not here to fight with like people. They want everybody to live in peace and everybody to live in harmony. There's enough resources and supplies and material for everybody. That's not people don't want you to think that or know that, but like it is. Like everybody has gifts. Everybody has some type of spiritual ability in some way, shape, or form. Um, it's just like if you're gonna use it for selfish reasons or superficial reasons, you know, spirit might just take it away and stuff like that. And that's like that doesn't mean that you can't like get it back. It just simply means like you have to heal certain parts of yourself to get that part like to get it back because you threw yourself way out of balance and out of whack to the point where spirit is like, yeah, no, you can't use this anymore because the reason we didn't give it to you for that reason. And that's the journey and stuff like that. But realizing that like everything is connected, everything happens for a reason, and the reason why you're connected with certain people is because y'all either had something in common without real like you had something in common and that's what you draw it on to. Where with the karmics is more so like a trauma bond where you're like the twin flames and your soulmate. It's like where you have like a wound and stuff like that, but like it heals and stuff like that. So once you heal it, those people still around and stuff like that. Some of them like kind of sort of like go away, but then if you need like the like a little checkup or stuff like that to be healed again, they pop back up like hello, what's going on here, that kind of thing. And it's like it just picks up like as if nothing happened. Like there's not it doesn't throw you out of whack or throw you out of balance. So it's just like where karmic, how I feel like when they see life as like a revolving door, like they can come in and out whenever they choose to, and it's just like the way they be popping up is like, why are you popping up now kind of thing. Like where it's like real twin flames or real soulmates, you don't really have to like wonder that out, like question that. Like it's easy and it's like flowing kind of thing. Okay. So we have the Ace of Cups and the Devil. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, so wait, no, hold on. Cards this way. Okay. Because I was trying to figure, okay, do it this way. Make it more easier. I'm still going to talk about the top and the bottom. There, hold on. I forgot about the whole. Okay. And then, technically it's side boob, I don't know. Family Guy. Huh. Um, okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, the Devil, then we have the Lovers, and we have the Three of Cups. And then we have the Chariot. And then we have Temperance. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Wands. We have the Hermit. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. And the Three of Swords. Okay. Based off the top, the Ace of Cups up. There's an And the Ace of Cups is not just like love offer. It could be like spiritual, like awakening. It could also be love. It could be like you awakening to self love, um, like romantic love, or just realizing the love around you. It also be your creativity. It also be your emotions. There's a lot in the like Ace of Cups. Also healing and stuff like that. Um, the water means a lot, and then with the Devil being in the reverse, is like you're reclaiming your time and like taking back that power and being a little bit more comfortable in that space and in that aspect. Then we have the Lovers. And they also say again with the snake, realizing that there's gonna be some people that's gonna tempt you, right? But Spirit, the angel, right? There's normally Archangel Raphael will be there to look after you and to protect you. And if you like make the wrong mistakes, like help you heal. They're not just gonna leave you alone and just let you suffer and by yourself and just be like, well, figure it out, like kind of thing. Like, no, they know, like, sometimes you're gonna need help, okay, kind of thing. And while sometimes in the beginning, like it might be fun and stuff like that, because you might not have known better, and or you just want something to, or you just wanted something like to, I don't know, make you feel happy, make you feel uplifted. Um, because we have the cherry reverse, it's like looking back in the past and not really moving on and moving forward. They understand like sometimes like you're not gonna trust yourself to do certain things because you're going like you feel like, well, I did this in the past and feel like that defines you and that's the end all be all. Like you made a bad decision like in relationships once, so like you should just continue making this bad decision in relationships with like another temperance angel being here. I'm saying like once you become more stable and balanced and practice like that sense of patience where we had over here, you start to realize becoming more like balanced with yourself, which is the triangle talks about like me, myself, and I, realizing who you are, your potential, trusting yourself a little bit. We had, the healing of head and your heart, bridging those two and taking back those power and clearing up like the clouds and the fog that everybody else is trying to get you to believe and stuff like that, and become more in tune with yourself. You you will start to realize the temptations that was being thrown to, like at you, and of like how you Cap always like the same like trick or the same thing that you keep falling for, but now you're more stable and balanced and aware of certain things. You don't fall for the same trick again or the same probably not the same trick, probably like the same story kind of thing, or like the same. No, I was saying guys like have the same pickup line. Like what popped in my head was like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will, like where it was Regina. I know like I forgot the name she was like who she was supposed to be, but like she was in the show, not Regina, Regine from Living Single. She was in the show, and then Will was like putting his lines on her and stuff like that. And Hillary and Carlton was behind them, and then like Ashley like interrupted by accident, but she knew like how he was gonna finish the line and knew what he was gonna say and stuff like that because he used it on everybody. It's not just her. So it's pretty much saying like like you think that you're different, you think that you're special, but if you were, like, you would have came up with a new line, kind of thing. And it's like this is not even his lines; this is lines that he heard from somewhere else, so like kind of thing. And then when Carlton and Ashley and everybody else like went away, Will trying to play it off was like, no, like I like. But for real, like I don't normally say this to like a lot of girls and stuff like that. But then you see Jeffrey, the butler, behind them, like doing the whole like playing out the whole thing that Will is acting to show like he does say this like a lot. You're still not like that kind of thing, and it's so like you don't fall for certain lines or certain tricks anymore. Like you want to hear like something different, something unique, and then not saying like this like a new person is gonna come in your life probably like not gonna use those same lines. They probably are, but like their words match what they're saying. Kind of like their words match their action. Where before it's the same kind of thing. They probably would say certain things, but their actions don't match, right? Right. Um, with the angels being here, like in the spiritual aspect or the Christian book and stuff like that. The Christian aspect, the snake is supposed to represent the serpent. Is supposed to represent when the devil tempted Eve to eat the apple to say like, oh, this will make you like God and this will bring you closer to God and stuff like that. But then if you really pay attention to the story and realize the story, the reason why Satan was kicked out of heaven was because he wanted to be God. So it's like if this apple makes me like God, why won't you eat the apple so you can, be the person that you're trying to be? Kind of. So, but rather than do that, he knew it was more destructive if she ate it and kind of thing. And then if you continue the story, like God was like, okay, fine. But every serpent, like their woman will crush it on his head and blah 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 blah. So like there is gonna be people that is gonna tempt you and throw illusions to try to get you to be scared and get you to be fearful of happiness, of being one with yourself and loving yourself. They'll be like, yeah, we can see that. And it's just like, no, you just love and respect yourself and realize that you're a decent human being and you deserve to be treated as such. And some people just don't like to treat people as human beings. They see them as like pets or like a toy. And you're not somebody's toy, pet, and or property. You're a human fucking being. You breathe, you live, you have emotions. You're not a robot. You don't bleep boop bleep. Okay, like you don't. Okay, like so you should be treated like as a human. You have rights and shit like that. And that's the whole temperance. Because after temperance is the devil, and it's like then the devil's here, so it's like out of balance either way. And we have the chariot, which is why you're not able to move on and move forward because of your you. Won't say you're believing the illusions where you used to believe the illusions. You're not awakening to the illusions and like taking back your power. And with people that you used to put on a pedestal and that you used to see as angels, you're now seeing that they were just like disguised and trying to play the role when they actually weren't. Also, again, when Satan was kicked out of heaven, it wasn't just Satan. It was like Satan and like a couple of other angels because when he got kicked out, he also convinced a lot of people, like not a lot. He convinced like at least like one fourth, so at least 25% of other angels to like follow him and stuff like that. So they they will know the lingo. They also know the word. They've been with Jesus. They know God and stuff like that. They've been around him. They know what he can do, which is why they don't want you to know what he can do and the goodness and the great things that he can do, which is why they try to like get you to be scared and throw a lot of like random ass things like, oh, he's not talking to you. Why would he talk to you? And it's like, no, he's not talking to you, Satan, because of shit that you keep doing. Like that's between you and him, not me. Leave me out of it, like kind of thing. And it's just like you're starting to realize like a lot of it like a lot of things has that people take out on a lot of people has absolutely nothing to do with you per se. It has a lot to do with them and their own personal like problems. and you have your own problems that you need to deal with rather than taking on somebody else's problems. Let them like deal with their own shit. And that's why the temperance becoming more stable, more balanced, but also that takes time and patience. And then patience, like temperance, also about like doing things in like moderations and stuff like that. You you're not gonna do it like at one full hit and kind of stuff. Like what something like with math, where there's algebra and stuff like that, or even before algebra, when that's like I think like ninth grade, where we learn majority of it like probably throughout elementary school or even fucking middle school and stuff like that. Then we had like algebra, then we get geometry. It's like it's all still piles on each other, but it just have like a different name or like a different title to it. And it's you taking a lot of time to like focus on like certain things and kind of sort of taking what works for you and focus on like kind of thing like where there's popping in my head is like doctors, where how there's your primary doctor, but then there's like a foot doctor, there's a throat doctor, there's an ear doctor kind of thing. Like there's you can focus on everything if you want to focus on everything, or you could just specialize in a certain thing kind of thing. And but the Six of Pentacles, like having that equal give and take and generosity, and realizing like what you put into something you will get back, and that's only fair and that's only right. Like Spirit just won't tell you like it's not just like work, do this, do that, and don't give you a word. Like they will give you like they see all the work and effort that you're putting in. Like they will like your life will get a lot easier. But like if it's just you're doing everything and giving your best and doing all this and it's like nothing in return. What popped in my head just now was like Krishan when I forgot what interview I think it was when she did with Jason Lee, where she was like, she felt like if she made like this amount of money, like he will see her worth and see like how much effort she's putting in and she gets something out of it. And then she was like, then she started crying because like at some point she realized like it doesn't matter what she does and stuff like that. He wouldn't love her the way that she's supposed to love, like be loved and kind of thing. But also realizing like that is conditional love, and spirit's love isn't conditional. Spirit love is very unconditional. Then they like understand like they help those who help themselves, but they like in that aspect of if you want to heal, right, and you're choosing not to heal because you benefit more so off of playing the victim, that's when they stop helping you. That kind of thing, kind of like because that's not no, like you're pretty much trying to abuse people's love for you, and that's not okay. And that's when spirit will stop helping you, kind of thing. But other than that, like they will help you get out of situations. That's the whole tower moment and stuff like that. Divine interventions. But like it's not built to last. And when you keep that mindset, like nothing is built to last. Nothing is forever. And sometimes like it's gonna be here today and gone tomorrow. That's just part of life. And like even a tree. Like sometimes a tree will fall down. Okay, and it's okay. Or like certain parts of the tree will just fall off and it's just like, all right, cool. Like it's here today, gone tomorrow. Like it's just part of life, and it is what it is. You can't stop it. You can't do anything to change it. Which is the Queen of Cups because she holds the Ace of Cups. So it's like you taking back the love that mostly like you taking it back, but like having more control or self-awareness over like of your love. Like you give love to people, but you also have to give love to yourself with the Six of Pentacles. And then that do makes you attractive, like loving yourself and caring for yourself. Or the people over here try to be like, you're conceited and you think very highly of yourself. And it's just like, no, you realize like you love yourself, you care for yourself, and you respect yourself. And if you don't, like who the fuck will? And sorry, but like that's what the hermit here. They try to make you feel ashamed about it. Like that's why it's reversed. And it's like you shouldn't be ashamed about you being loving, caring, and or even just freaking pretty. If you're pretty, you're pretty. It's like why should you be ashamed of it? Where there's other people that's pretty, or even celebrities that's pretty, when they would be like, oh my god, look at her, and it's like okay, but then what makes you so different? Because like the status that celebrity and the status that you're in is completely different, which is why they will praise this one, but then try to down you because they think they got in the same boat. And it's just like because you're humble with your prettiness. And like that celebrity might also be like humble with their prettiness and stuff like that. But like I don't know. Like people are just weird, right? But yeah, how you love yourself, how you carry yourself, and how you present yourself, and how you treat others is very. People find that very attractive. It's popping in my head right now. It's it's Black. I forgot what song it was, but he was like, self love. Self love is not self. Is my love reigns supreme. You felt it. Oh, but it's not you. It's me. I'm the only one I need. Ooh, what song is that? Oh, fuck. Okay, I have to find it. But either way, but yeah. So it's like they try to make it seem like you loving yourself and you caring for yourself, you having that respect and like having boundaries is like it's selfish, and it's just like no, they know that it's not. They felt that it's not. They know that your love is different than any love that they ever had before, ever felt before, which is why they want you to be ashamed of it, which is why they try to take advantage of it and like to cut you at this like put you in this hard place, put you in a rock and a hard place so you could be scared of it and be like, well, I don't want to like love anymore or give my love to anybody because the last person I did that to, like, it scared them because my love is so strong. And it's like for you true and actual twin flames and soulmate, your love is just right. It's like freaking Goldilocks. Like it's just right and it's just okay. Like even if you overlove them, they don't care. They'll be fine. Even if like you're going through something and you can't give them all like as much love as you can right now, they get that. They understand that, and that's fine too. Like they don't really care. Like they won't mind it. They get it. They understand. Where your karmic is like, no, if you love me, you will do this. If you didn't, you will understand. Like no, and it's like I can understand, but I'm not gonna excuse it and make like be like it's okay. We all make mistakes. Like no, like at some point in time, you have to realize like that's the like the twos. Like you're choosing to make the mistake and you're choosing not to learn, grow, and evolve. And like it sucks, but like it is what it is, kind of thing. And right, because that's the whole reverse kind of thing. Like you're giving to something that's hurting you, and you know that it's hurting you, and there's no happiness there, but you're determined to try to give to it and try to like make it change into something that is not, which is very self-centered and egotistical, and because you can't control it, so there's no equal give and take, and it's just you just yeah. But I'm gonna go find the song real quick. Hold on. Okay. So the song name "It's Not You, It's Me" by uh B Miller and Black or Six Flag, whichever one you want to call um. Right. So now we got the clarify. Hey, I'm clarifying with pretty much multiple decks, but we're gonna start off like how they're acting. Oh, now we kind of see like why they're acting this way. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Moon card reverse. So somebody's acting like sneaky and deceptive. um, Jason, Kelsey's daughter popped in my head when she was talking to Travis Kelsey, where she was like, take it off, and he was like, why? She was like, cause you're naughty and you're sneaky, like that kind of that popped in my head. Like somebody basically is that, or like pretending to be that, or basically just that, and the reason why they're doing that is because they are lying and pretending to be something that they're not. Then we have this Five of Swords. Very, very short sighted. Because basically they're being sneaky and deceptive in the hopes of sabotaging something. Then we have the Magician. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Wands. It's a very curious page, very adventurous. Very creative as well. And then we have Sad Squirrel. Then we have the Four of Wands. Then we have the Six of Swords. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, y'all might know. Yeah, y'all should listen to the song because she said she started feeling like she did everything that they wanted, and then she started feeling haunted, which is the hermit reverse. And then with the Nine of Pentacles being here, you freed yourself, you liberated yourself from this, and that's why they did it this. And then she even said, like, I see the truth. It's not you, it's me. I'm the only one I need. So she's basically saying, like, I'm good by myself. Like, that's what's the problem. Like, I felt like I needed somebody else to be happy. I needed somebody else to love me for me to feel love with. If I can just love myself, like, I'll be okay, and that's fine. Which is why later on, when Six Black said, like, Six Black, when Black says, like, self love isn't selfish, my love reigns supreme, you felt it. Like, the love that I have for myself, and, like, realizing that I'm not, like, not easily intimidated by other people and stuff like that, and that's how I can have love for myself and have love for others and understand others and like connect with people and stuff like that. It's great and it's fun and it's wonderful to have, and you're trying to take advantage of that and try to manipulate it and try to paint it as something that is not something I should be selfish of or feel ashamed about, where I shouldn't. And we have the Two of Cups. Yeah, because now you're in a position to actually find your actual Two of Cups, your actual twin flames, and your actual soulmates. But they want you to be ashamed of yourself, so you don't feel like you were worthy or deserving of it when that's not true. So you always keep it in the stagnation. You see yourself as a red flag when you're actually not. It's them. Then we have the Hierophant, which talks about healing as well. Like the Hierophant, it means like government, power, like officials and stuff like that, or even marriage. Um, Something very like also spiritual or like healing, but something very like official kind of thing. And then we have the Knight of Swords. My love ain't selfish. My wrath ain't supreme. You felt it. And then it just went to chorus after that. Like that was a fire ass part. I'm not gonna hold you. Y'all definitely listen to the song. Like it's given that. Because with the Knight of Swords, it's talking about being impulsive because they have flags here, but it's great. So it's like if you stay at a neutral standpoint, you will realize who's actually the problem, who's not the problem, and that helps you reclaim your power. Like then that's why like it kind of sort of like tap back to like get back to up here. It helps you take back your power, take back your love, and reclaim like start caring for yourself and loving yourself and realizing that you are worthy, loving, and deserving of love, and that gives you a form of confidence where somebody else is just being more so impulsive and wants you to be sad of something that shouldn't be sad of. Like you shouldn't be sad of the fact that you love people and that you care for people. Like sometimes like Homo sapiens is very weird and very like I get it. This is why we have introverts, but like like it's like sometimes humans are great, and it's all just depending on like who they are or who they want to be, who they and sometimes they try to paint themselves as somebody that they're not and put a lot of effort into doing that rather than just simply being themselves, and then later on you find out they really don't know who they are and they're sad in the inside, and which that's why the relationship and the foundation isn't working because they painted themselves to be somebody that they're not. Um and they're really sad in the inside, and you can't help them or love them throughout that sadness or heal that sadness because they don't really want to heal it because they like the attention that they get off of it. If they didn't have that sadness or that hurt, you probably wouldn't have loved them or paid attention to them or picked up on and stuff like that. So they kind of sort of feed off that to get into relationships where now you're more so like, yeah, no, I can't continue giving you my love, that's crazy, like kind of thing. Like you're not going to give it back in the ways that I need to give it back. So it's like I have wounds too. I gotta like heal that. So I can't heal you without healing because like you're trying to heal the other person and love them throughout their problems and their pain, but you're not getting that back. So no one like you can't really heal yourself healing somebody else. If you're sick, how you gonna make that kill somebody else? You're just gonna get that person sick as well. And that's the whole moving on to common waters. You close out, like you realize like you need to like have like love for self, get more in touch with yourself, not in a like a conceited or vanity way that people are trying to paint you off to be. If you are doing that, you might want to stop that because that's the whole kind of thing. But you doing that and move like, because where it was very chaotic and you were just attracting like karmics and unstable relationships where you was over giving and stuff like that, um or over loving the person or over sharing and doing everything and bending over backwards for them, and you thought that was love and you thought that's, what you're supposed to do. You're now realizing like, no, like they will meet you halfway, or they will meet you wherever they can meet you. Like, oh, for example, me, like, if you're coming to meet me, right, and let's say like me, like I'm going down the block and you coming up the block, but you're still coming to meet me. If I never came out, you would have just walked all the way to where you needed to go. So just because you see me, that doesn't mean you should stop walking. Because I'll stop walking too. Because what are you doing? Like, because what happened? Like, why did we stop walking? And it's like, because you expect me to walk all the way to you, and it's like, why? Kind of thing. It's like, I like, to me, I get that you might walk back in that same direction, but it's just like, if I wasn't outside, you still would have walked all the way to me. So like, all the way to where you needed to go. So like, let's continue to pretend like I wasn't outside, kind of thing. Like, or wherever I get to, like, wherever we meet, and then we can like continue. So it's like, it's not like, don't stop walking, because I'll stop walking. Like, and some people are like, oh, that's just petty, that's just childish. It's like, you probably walk faster, so it's like you might reach me faster than I reach you, and it's just like, don't stop walking, like continue walking, like especially if you're taller. Like, it's just like, just be honest. Like, people, like, strides is different. Like, like, continue walking. Like, let's meet somewhere in the middle, something like that. It doesn't even matter if you slow down, you walk. I really don't care, because it's like, whatever, we're gonna meet regardless. But like, don't just stop walking, because like I said, I'll just stop walking. I don't know. I'll just assume something happened, like you saw something that's just like, what happened? Like, what? Like, like, maybe you was getting attacked by a bug. I don't know. I can't see the bug because I'm far away, but you can see it. Like, I will stop walking too. I don't want to walk into that. So it's just like, my bad. Like, don't continue walking, that kind of thing. Meet people halfway, or meet them where you can meet them, and if they can't meet you where, like, let's say, you're not gonna be able to give like 40 or 70% of your love all the time. Like, there's gonna be like ups and downs, but like, where you, let's say, like, you only got like 60% you can give, and the other person will like give them like the rest of it, and then when you like getting low, they will pick up the rest and stuff like that. So it's like that kind of thing. Like, it doesn't always gotta be like 50-50 kind of stuff. Like, there's like, where you lack, they pick up like the that's the whole like let's say, like, not it's compromising in a way, but like, not comparison, complimentary. There we go. Oh, that's the word. And yeah, realizing that, like, expecting one person to do all the work and be all loving and caring and giving all the love is very like, so like one-sided, and that will sabotage the relationship, sabotage the connection. Even if y'all was friends, that will also sabotage the friendship. It's just a bunch of temptations and very short-sighted, and it's not going to last long. And like, because the magician talks about, like, it talks about creation, manipulation, a deception from time to time, with the moon is reversed. So like, there is a deception, there is an illusion with the devil being here, and it's like, you'll be happy for like a minute, and then you're not anymore. You dealing with like a whole bunch of, like, you now it's a bunch of work and effort, and so you just like, where the fuck did this come from? It was always there. It's just you didn't pay attention to it. Which I was talking about over here with the flags. When you stand from a neutral standpoint, you realize everything, and that could be why the Page of Wands looks so like surprised, like, with the page, with the Temperance, when you become more balanced and stable and paid, like, and wait things out, and before, like, rather than just being impulsive, you start to realize and be aware of certain things. And like, you might be like, curiosity killed the cat, and I was like, oh, like, the Page of Wands is very curious and very adventurous. Like, there's certain things like you should just, there's like, if their sign was like, do not go, turn back, kind of things. Don't be the type of person to be like, I'm gonna continue. I'm not doing that, okay? I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not doing it. I'm not going. I'm gonna be like, great, then I'm gonna turn back around. I'm not going. I don't care. I don't care. Mm-mm. And you could say what it is. I watched enough scary movie in my lifetime to realize like they have to pull that shit from somewhere, okay? And I don't need to know. And I don't want to be a part. And you know, that's the whole like then we have SAS World, like the whole giving and taking. If somebody would be like, oh, like if you cared, then you would go with me. If you cared and you love me, like you try to say like you love me, you will understand that I don't want to go, and you will respect that, and you will understand my like where my point of view of why I don't want to go, and come with me because you will realize that is smart and that is a good understanding, and that what you're doing is a bunch of nonsense kind of thing, and it's but they just more so focus on like what they want and being like very self-centered and like selfish and stuff like that. They were more so like just focused on relationship for like status and wealth and like networking and be like, oh, if I know this person, then I can get here, I can get there, and stuff like that. And which is why it becomes conditional, which is why they like put all the work on to somebody else. Like, oh, if you do this, then you will be worthy or deserving of love. And it's just like you're worthy and deserving of love without having to do anything, literally. And those like you're pretty much moving away from those like condition like like the conditional loving people. You're moving away like aware like becoming awakened to them, and you're moving away from them, and or even those people that try to like stifle you or suppress you and stuff like that. You're moving away from them and you're freeing yourself from them. You probably feel like ashamed that you was with those people. It probably took you a while because we have a little like snail here. It took you a while to free yourself and you liberate yourself from them. And it's like, but that because you know the snake is here, and the two of cups as well. But that being said, I want to say like you made a mistake, yes, but you realize your mistake, and be aware that like there's a lot of people that's in relationships that know that it's hurting them, but still stay there for like because either like fears and like stuff like that where you didn't, and you're healing like things that most people wouldn't have healed or they're scared to heal. So it's like you're doing things that a lot of people won't do, and that might intimidate a lot of people. So if it was intimidating before, now you're even more intimidating because you're healing parts of yourself. You're healing things that people won't heal. They more so try to sweep under the rug and just be like, oh, well, maybe in the next life I'll get it better. And it's like, no, no, no. If you can't get it right in this life, you're not going to get it right in the next life. And it's just like, because you're aware that you could change it in this life, but you refuse to do so. So it's just like, what's stopping you from doing that in the next life kind of thing. So it's like, your life was pretty much a reflection of your own choices, and you're starting to realize that and realize that you can't continue to surround yourself or also like a part of your environment. And it's like you can't continue to surround yourself with people that loves you conditionally when there's unconditional love out there for you, and you don't really have to do anything for that person to love you. And where like you free yourself from like those problems and the traumas and the wounds and stuff like that, and you're happy and content with yourself, you're happy and content with your life. And then so like how you relate, like if you meet somebody with the two of cups, you got how your relationship is and stuff like that. It works for you and it's tailored to you, that like it wouldn't make like to other people it might not make sense. No, but opposites attract and stuff like that. To other people it might not make sense to how like what popped in my head, I don't know why, it's like a goth with like somebody that's all like pink and rainbows and sunshine. Like that might be weird to you, right? They might be like, how the fuck did that work? But it's like it works because that person understands like the goth person was like, yes, life is shitty, but there is great, wonderful, and magical things about life that we can't quite put our finger on, and that's like the art and the beauty of it. Where like the pink and the rainbow person will understand that as well, because to have a rainbow it needs to what rain. You can't have a rainbow without a rain or a storm or something like that. So she understands like the whole like shit has to happen in order for like beauty to come out of like something sometimes. And so it will work, okay? At first glance it might not be like how the fuck that works, and it's like it fucking works, okay? They go together. Feel bad, and it's like great. And it's like there's negative love and unhealthy love and very destructive and harsh love. And that's not, well, they want to claim that as love, but that's not actually love. That's like being possessed and like being somebody like possession and controlled and stuff. Depending Depends, okay? It depends. Like BDSM, if you into that and stuff like that, but there's a time and a place, and that has to be consensual. If it's not consensual, that it's not love, okay? And that's something completely different. And that's what you're starting to awaken and to realizing that like people are trying to control you and suppress you and have like make you their possession and stuff like that without your consent or out of your control, and that wasn't fair to you. And that's what you're being like healing, putting at a like standstill and realizing certain red flags that you didn't realize before. And you probably realize like, feel ashamed that you didn't realize that. And it's like, that's okay. Like you're not the only one. There's a lot of people out there that does it. Like if there are a lot of people have bad relationships and don't really talk about it and just like or be like, oh, love is this, love is that, and just like no, like if you have healthy love, like it could be so great and so amazing and stuff like that. Especially if you read a lot of books, like these people have to like get that from somewhere and stuff like that. Even if it's just like an emotion or like their imagination, it can become real stuff like that. It's just a magician, like so, like because this whole thing is so like as above, so below. Like it can become a thing. It's like you have to like become balanced and stable and to make it a thing and stuff like that. Put in the work, put in the effort to make it a thing. If you don't, it will never be. So yeah. Next, we're going to look at the drew a blank. Final Rose, which is like the Bachelorette tarot. So like, with this is how it's pretty much how they're acting and stuff like that, or why they're acting a certain way. We're gonna now look at like where it tied to the romance and stuff like that. So we have Paradise, 19. I think that is the got a straight card. We have structure with stable foundation and forming. Oh, they trying to lie and deceive you to try to pay a foundation, which was the fours and stuff like that, and the three to get you to collaborate and work with. Trying to make it seem like it's going to be happy and it's going to be paradise, which I believe is the sun. Right? No, because it's 10, 5, 8. Yeah, the sun. Now everything is being like illuminated, and now you're seeing like the illusions and the devil for what it is and stuff like that, and the lies for what it is. And then we have the Eight of Flutes for self-elimination. The Eight of Flutes is the Eight of Cups. So you're pretty much just walking away and removing yourself from situations that no longer suit you. With the Five of Swords, picking and choosing your battles wisely. And then we have the Four of Rings, which possession. Four of Rings, so about the Four of Pentacles, with the person, pretty much, your karmics, feels inadequate and try to control you and feel like they feel like they own you and you're their possession. And again, that's BDSM, that's consensual, okay? This you didn't consent to. That is not okay. Like that's why Spirit is the same. Like they did all this because of their own insecurities and they feeling inadequate and inferior to you. Or just simply others. And then we have the Five of Flutes with I fucked up. Sorry, I'm the worst. Yeah, so it's the Five of Cups. So 3 cups right here that was supposed to be happy and celebration. Now those 3 cups is down. So like I said over here, now you're in a position. See, yeah, come back. Now you're in a position to actually find your trill. What? Your trill 2 of Cups. There we go. Where you have like a loving and caring relationship with unconditional love and genuine love. Where before you were sad and like always looking back and like the mistakes that you made and the efforts that you put into it, now you're no longer focusing on that and looking at that. But it's like that person might be trying to come back and be like, I'm sorry, I fucked up, I'm the worst. But like it's because of this, and the third. And just like I said, like it explains it but it doesn't excuse it. And then we have the Ace of Rings with First Date. Then we have the Queen of Roses with the Beauty Queen. Roses are wands. So, Queen of Wands, right? Oh, and they also say you Miss USA 2nd place. So, you probably feel like they didn't make you a priority. And even though you made them a priority, they didn't make you a priority. Now you're making yourself a priority. And you're not like if you're in a relationship and stuff like that, you get like you're not gonna be like their main focus and like their main priority and stuff like that. But like to give you time and attention and stuff like that, like the same amount of efforts you putting in and stuff like that, like I said before, like meeting you halfway or like making it like words matching actions kind of thing. And rather than where you were before, where you probably was the one over giving and stuff like that, and the other person barely gave. Then we have the Bachelorette, which is the Empress. And then we have the Knight of Flutes with a hopeless romantic. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then we have the Seven of Roses with drama. Yeah, it comes back to they trying to make you feel like you should be ashamed of like the fact that you freed yourself from liberated yourself from it. That's inaccurate. Or that you're healing. And then we have to be continued cliffhanger, which is the Hangman. Oh, they want you to pretty much put your love life on pause and be on hold and just I, okay. If this is an ex, they want you to pretty much put your love life on pause. You can heal and stuff like that, but while you're healing, you're no longer gonna love this person anymore and stuff like that, or want this person anymore. But they're fine with you being single and healed and stuff like that. But you like loving some like they are like because I know we have like plenty of times like that. Don't wait for me. I can't make you happy and stuff like that. Don't put up with my bullshit. But they won't mind if you like secretly in the back of your mind hold out and wait for them to come back. So I'm not saying you should do that, but your ex won't mind that. That's the whole insecurity kind of thing. And possessing you and feel like they have like a hold of your heart and stuff like that. Or they have like a space in your heart, but they actually think over time they don't or they didn't. Or like I don't with the Empress being here with the Queen of Cups is very caring and mother and nurturing energy. I don't want to say like you didn't really have a soft spot. Like it was more so like a mothering kind of thing, like a nurturing. Like you, I'm just gonna continue. I can't really put my finger on it. Then we have the Five of Rings with insecurities. Like okay, like if it was a female, if you're a female, right? You know, like when we have kids and stuff, when we were babies and stuff like that, or like when we was growing up, they normally would give us like a doll and it's like a baby and stuff like that, and then we would like care for that doll as like if it's a like actual like baby and stuff like that. I think that's what you did to this person. So I don't think you actually like had like you loved and you care for them, but I don't think you actually like had like a soft spot for them. You just saw that they was hurt and broken and that they needed love and care. Like and so you treated them like pretty much you would treat your doll. And then we have the Two of Cups with chairs. Okay, so there's some of the cards that pretty much repeats in different areas. So the Two of Cups and Two of Cups ties to the three. Yeah, you're realizing that this like you didn't really see eye to eye with this person. You probably just had certain like some things in common or some things similar, but then it was more so like false in a way. It wasn't. It was more so an illusion. Um, yeah, probably was just both sad, but the reason why y'all was sad was very different. And yeah, but this whole I'm continue because it's like it's something I can't quite put my finger on it quite yet, but I see it, but then I was like I was saying before, like with the hopeless romance, like if you read a lot of books or you watch a lot of movies and stuff like that with rom coms, you feel like that can actually happen in real life. So why isn't it happening to you and stuff like that? So but you can't create that and make it happen. If it's meant to happen, it will happen and stuff like that. Um, but it's like the people that you're trying to get to be those characters isn't qualified to be those characters. They would have been casted. Which is why we have drama. It would just be like they could be casted in like it's like a Greek tragedy just popping in my head right now. And then if you those are not the shows or the movies you want to be part of. They have great morals, but you don't want to be a part of them. And somebody always dying in one of them. I'll be honest. So it's like, and it's always out of like fear and insecurities and trying to control somebody. And then it's like you can't control what's supposed to happen. Will happen. But now it's popping in my head. What will be will be. Baby, just let it be. Like if it's supposed to be, it will be. Like kind of thing. Like just let it happen and just let it like. It is what it is. And then if you lying, at some point in time, the truth's gonna come out, and it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. And we have a high priestess. Now, it's pretty much. This is pretty much to show like. This is how they acting. This is like the romantic, like why they acting certain, like why they acting this way, or why they could be acting a certain way and stuff like that. This is more so. I don't say like the day to day or like regular actions, but it's supposed to like it's like an extra message and stuff like that. But the high priestess talks about being like she can see like secrets, the mysteries and stuff like that. So in between the illusions and reality, so it's like the devil can't really like depending, but time to time like trick her and stuff like that. You could try, but it's just like I like she could be able to like I know like this is deceptive and stuff like that. If she want to play into it, she can play into it, but then it doesn't really work out for her to play into it because she's supposed to be this whole spiritual being and be in between worlds and stuff like that. But also the high priestess on the back has a Kabbalah, which is a tree of life, and realize like there's different stages in life, and every life and every stage have a lesson, something to teach her, and you can't skip over one and say like, oh, this one is most important. They're all important, and they all come together and is necessary for your growth in life and stuff like that. And then we have the King of Pentacles reversed. Somebody very materialistic, superficial, worried about status. You pretty much removed yourself from that person because you realized it was very short-sighted and it was sabotaging the relationship. Then we have the Lovers, yeah. Because they saw you as a possession because of their own insecurities and feeling like they lacked something and didn't have it. But when you had it, they tried to suppress it and want you to be ashamed of having it where you shouldn't. But if you look in the Lovers card, don't she look happy? Just look at him. Do he look happy? No. He looks like, oh, woe is me. Even though you given love and support, you couldn't you couldn't love this person enough to make them be happy or to heal or to do better or to fix their life. They don't want to. Pretty much. They like the attention and the like everything that they get being broken and being lost. And we have the Four of Wands. With the Eight of Pentacles and Alpha of Dog. Yeah, there's no happiness, there's no celebration. It's more so I don't know if they were just like a Debbie Downer and stuff like that, and then try to like suck the love and emotion and happiness from everybody and everyone around them. And then it's like all the effort and work that you put, like it didn't matter to them. It's like they wanted you to do all the work and do everything to make them happy, but they don't know how to make themselves happy. But they don't know how to make you happy. They don't know. The happiness could be surrounding them, and they're aware that happiness is surrounding them, and they, for some reason, will still be like, I have no happiness, no one loves me, no one cares for me, like, kind of thing. And it's like, that's not true, and they know that it's not true. I can't, like I said, I can't quite put my face, it's not like avoidant type, it's like a I don't know, like with Powder has like a cry for help, but then it's like it's coming off like a cry for help, but then if you help them, they do nothing but like push you away or say that you don't love them because you're trying to change them. It's not you're trying to change them, you're trying to help them, and it's like, huh? Like that's what it's just become like confusing, and it's because the reason why they're doing it is very materialistic and superficial and weird. That's what the whole Magician is, very deceptive and weird. Then we have the Eight of Cups, which ties this to this card, which is you walking away and freeing yourself from this relationship. But you end up looking, probably end up looking back because you feel worried for this person. Be like, oh, what, or how are they doing? Are they okay? Is this, is that? And it's very just like, they've been okay. They're gonna be okay. They just refuse to change and heal and stop and to walk away from things that no longer serve them. So it's like you walked away from this because it no longer served you. It was like you picked and choose your battles wisely. They are real, like they are aware of certain things that is hurting them or harming them, but they don't walk away from it. Which what makes y'all different. And then we have Three of Cups. Yeah. So they're sad that you're no longer given to the relationship or given to them. Or that you're also no longer attracted to them. That makes them sad and stuff like that because they want to be able to play with your feelings and your emotions. And they can't. Because the Five of Cups is here. Those Three Cups are down. You no longer find happiness or see happiness with them. You know there's no happiness there. Then we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Clarity and breakthrough. Which we have that over. Seeing things clearly. Yeah. Can't just pop up. All my life I had to fight. Like, yeah. Like, hey, you have the Eight of Pentacles. You put in bad work and effort. And you just like, yeah, nah, I'm not fighting no more. I don't gotta do this. Like, oh no, you fucked up, but God got us, then we gonna be alright. Like, now you're realizing this, like, if this wasn't built, this wasn't meant to last. Like, I loved and I lost, okay? And it's alright, I'm gonna find me another one. And it's just like, that's cool. Like, I don't gotta do this shit no more. See, death. Like, yeah. You let this come to an end so something else can come in to replace it. You're just like, that's fine with me. I don't want to be here no more. I think Five of Wands. Now they're trying to fight, like, conflict and competition and drama because you freed and liberated yourself and they want you to feel ashamed. There's no reason for you to feel ashamed. You didn't do anything wrong. They did, they were the problem, not you. And if the problem was their insecurities. And then we have the Star. Now we have a star and the sun. The sun is a star. It's just the one that we're closest to. But with the Hangman being here, you're now having a different perspective on relationships and love, and realize also yourself and your purpose of why you was here, the purpose of relationships, why you want to be in a relationship, what you bring to a relationship and stuff like that. With certain things you're willing to compromise, certain things you're not willing to compromise. And being vulnerable in a relationship, but also being vulnerable with yourself, but also being vulnerable with everybody around you, speaking your truth, living in your truth, and not pretending to be somebody that you're not. Because that would just put a relationship at a standstill or a stagnation and just makes no sense. And then we have the Fool. Taking a leap of faith. Like, everybody has insecurities and everybody's scared to be vulnerable, but still go with the journey and stuff like that, because the Fool is the first card and the whole thing is the Fool's journey. Realizing that everyone has a purpose, everything has a lesson and a meaning and stuff like that. Like the major arcana comes with a lesson and stuff like that, where the Lovers talks about like romance and partnerships and connections. The Hierophant talks about like healing officials and government and stuff like that, and spirituality. The High Priestess talks about like the mysteries and like the ins and outs, the ups and downs. Like you never, like the illusions and the like, I won't say like the occult but stuff like that. Like, but like spiritual stuff as well. And the Magician talks about the creations and stuff like as below, so above. And how to like alchemy is a form of like manipulations and stuff like that. But also creativity is a form of manipulation, where you have a blank canvas and then you started doing something and stuff like that. You manipulated like the materials you created, or like even pottery, like what? Where you have clay and you made it into something. That's like manipulation and stuff like that. Realizing like all that ties together. When we have the Death card, like death is a part of life. You're gonna have changes. You're gonna have it's a cycle of life. Like things die, things birth, death, kind of stuff. You're gonna have ego deaths. You're gonna have probably a lot of ego deaths and stuff like that. But also like in the light aspect where certain things you're gonna outgrow. And then we have the Hangman with learning to see like a new perspective. Um, Empress is learning to be stable and balanced with all four queens of being mothering, loving, nurturing, understanding, caring, and compassionate. But then realizing that you can be the empress. Even if you're a female, you can have masculine energy. You can go in between. Or if you're a man, you can have feminine energy. That's you being in touch with your emotions and stuff like that, which is like the King of Cups and stuff like that. Like, it's fine. And in order to manifest and stuff like that, you need both in a way. And then the Hermit talks about like spiritual knowledge and understanding that like everything is connected, everything is one. We all have similar stories, just like how we go about it might be a little bit different. And that's fine and that's okay. With the Fool talks like having that like open mindset and of trying new things and taking that leap of faith. Like he doesn't have everything that he needs in this little pouch, but he just like whatever I have, I got, and whatever I don't, I'll get it along the way, kind of thing. Having that mindset rather than just like I need all the answers now. Like you're not gonna have all the answers now. Then we have the Queen of Cups and realizing like there's always love to give and love to share, and there's many kind of love and many different ways to love and give somebody love and share love with somebody. But it's also important to have that self-love and self-care and care for yourself and love yourself and nurture yourself and to be able to give to yourself while giving to others. But don't drain yourself giving to others. Then we have the Five of Pentacles reverse. So we're here, we have the insecurities and stuff like that, and that puts you on a standstill. Now realizing with the High Priestess here, like you don't have to keep yourself out in the cold if you don't want to. And then we have the Ace of Cups. You don't have to keep giving to shitty relationships if you don't want to. You don't have to keep dating shitty people if you don't want to. You could simply say no. Or be aware that they like you and just continue to go about your business. Or even if they ask you out, like again, just say no. Because we had first date here. You can just simply say no. Like, I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm good, kind of thing. And that's fine. Like, people are not entitled to your love. You can give your love to whoever you want to give your love to. And we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah. Walking away from things that no longer serves you. And if somebody walk away from you and pretty much, or like let you out in the cold and put you out in the cold and try to paint you to be the problem and stuff like that. Well, I never understand, if I am the problem, why are you trying to come back? Huh? Why come back to the problem? Which means that you was never the problem. They the problem. You, I won't say you're the solution, but you kind of sort of make them feel better, which is why they come back to you. And it's just like, no, you're like, you don't have to put up with that or deal with that. It's not really your responsibility, or you need to do so. You're not required to help this person. You're not entitled to help this person or heal this person or fix this person because you're not a damn doctor. It's like, you won't know what they need to heal and why they need to heal it. They will. So it's like they need to fix it, which is also why the Hermit is here. It talks about like being like, he has a period of isolation where he's by himself and stuff like that. But they are ashamed of that and afraid to do that because they will just be stuck with their insecurities and their thoughts in their mind. And it's like, that's what you need to deal with, which is the whole mind and heart kind of thing. If you get control of your head, stuff like that, clear all the negativity out and walk away from the nonsense, you will have a very clear understanding of what's going on around you. So when people are throwing nonsense at your way, you understand like, yeah, nah, I'm okay, I'm not good, I'm not gonna let that take up any headspace. And then if your heart is like sending you messages and stuff like that, you are able to pick up on it and not, okay, if you're like terrified, you might like start like clouding your own judgment and stuff like that. So it's just like, let's not do that because you know you only doing it because blah 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 blah. And it's like very easy to click, like see that and like cut it out and stuff like that and see what it's supposed to be and why you're doing certain things. Where before, where it's just a bunch of confusion, you couldn't tell if it's up or down. It's because it was just lies all over the damn place. Then we have the Chariot. Oh wow, we have the Chariot on top of the Chariot. Yeah, you're moving away, like trying to move on from it, and with determination and perseverance, and like balancing the yin and the yang and stuff like that, the light and the shadow, and realize like there's gonna be With this person, they lied, yes, but like in the midst of some of their lies, there's a tad bit of truth in there. But you really have to dig deep in the lies to find the truth. And it's just like what you need to know is that the person's just a liar, and that's all that it is. Okay, it don't matter. Like if you're trying to be like, oh, does this person really love me? Doesn't matter. We need to know this person's a liar. Okay, like that's just all we need to know. Just walk away, that kind of thing. And then we have the Four of Cups reverse. It's pretty much they rejected you in the past, and now they, right? Because again, it comes back to the Three of Cups. Because in the Four of Cups, in the upright, they're looking at the Three of Cups. They're not happy with the Three of Cups. And then the eight, like the spirit is giving them like a cup on the side, which is pretty much trying to help them, which I see as the Ace of Cups. But it's reversed, but they refused that help or rejected that help or stuff like that. And it's like, okay, that caused you to walk away. So like I was saying before, like this person doesn't actually want you to help them or help them heal or any of that. They more so just want the attention of it. And they feed off of that. And you're no longer like participating in that because you feel it as draining. Or like when you couldn't give them something, they left you or ghosted you or rejected you. And now you're no longer in like a struggle area. You move past that. And now they like, I fucked up. I'm sorry. And it's like, you've been fucking up. Like, what makes it so different? Kind of thing. And it's just because you're in a better space now. And the things that you're attracting is a lot bigger and stronger, and they want to be a part of it. And they can't be a part of it because they no longer technically hold space for them in your heart. Because you have awakened to the connection that y'all had and how damaging it was to you. And you're not pretty much letting that happen again in your life. And we have the Ten of Wands, yeah. There's a lot of stress and burdens that you're no longer like dealing with. Because it's touching like the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, sometimes she get a bad rap being like superficial, but she's upright. So it's more so talks about like her attractiveness and being like ambitious and being a leader and stuff like that. So it's like you're very loving, caring, and compassionate, very kind and humble and fucking attractive and pretty. And then that your ambition and your goals and just going after things that you want to go after. Because normally in the Queen of Wands, she has a cat there. Cats are about like being independent. You don't like really need anybody. You can do it on your own. Like you want somebody there. Like that's like there's a guy out there. There's guys out there that find that shit so fucking like you're independent so fucking attractive. Okay, but there's some like the immature guys that need like codependency and want to control somebody and see like their girlfriend or their wife as a possession, and we want them to be like this like that. How your ex wanted your whole thing and your identity to be their girlfriend, their wife, their blah blah blah, and it's like, but they don't have nothing tied to you, but they want you to make your whole life them, and it's like that's unfair. That's nothing but burdens and stress and drama that was unnecessary, and you clearing it out and seeing like that's like you didn't need all that and taking back your power. Before you probably felt like he was very ugly, and now you're realizing that you're not. You're fucking beautiful and attractive and loving and caring, and all the qualities that you have would attract you to the people that is actually for you. And there's going to be people that see your potential where the things that you have could lead you and try to tempt you from not finding that or like lead you astray kind of thing. And because which also that is the Five of Pentacles, like leading somebody astray and leading them out in the cold. And you're now seeing that as a red flag and kind of thing, like people that's trying to throw you out of balance and throw you out of alignment with yourself, or like create insecurities when there is no insecurities. You just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna head out kind of thing. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, things are clearing up, and then it's like things are clearing up for you, and then it's like once you realize that and you accept that, the faster things clears up for you, and that's when you start to like be like, oh, like whoo, like kind of thing, like, and you see how fast things change, and that's why something like with the golf just popped in my head back with the like the pinks and stuff like that. So that's when you start to see like shit happens, yeah, but like as fast as shit can happen, as fast as shit can change into something beautiful and wonderful. And it's like, so like back to the pink person with the like rainbow and stuff like that. Like it can be raining and storming and stuff like that, but like the next 5 minutes, like you see the rainbow shining and stuff like that. And it's like just as fast as things can storm or like be all rainy and dark and gloomy, as fast as something could be like sunny and shiny and beautiful. Then we have the hermit. Yeah, that's spiritual knowledge, and that like go within and getting the information where realizing that you don't like certain things you don't need to like go outside yourself and seek outside yourself. You can literally get from yourself. Some things you might need to get from like others, but not all things. We have the tower reverse. Um, Something is trying to fall apart, and you try to stop it from falling apart. Oh, that could be why you was ashamed of it. You realized that it was falling apart, and you kept trying to put it together. And the more you put it together, the more it fell apart. And it's because it wasn't. It was just meant to fall apart. But also with it being reversed, I'm seeing it because I'm looking at the lightning. It was divine intervention. It was for your own good, not to hurt you. Then we have the Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah, you're starting to see through the illusions. Because what you had before was nothing but a whole bunch of glitters that you thought was gold. It was never gold. It was a bunch of fool's gold. And now you're realizing it was fool's gold, and that fool's gold has no worth. So, you know, like it might look nice, but it serves no purpose and no value. So, you know, kind of thing. And we have the world closing out that cycle and realizing like that is the past and let the past be the past and freeing yourself from it. Like taking the lessons, not forgetting the lessons, but also like moving on and moving forward. And then we have the Page of Cups reverse. Oh, the person probably not gonna apologize because they're a brat and childish. They might if you read like tarot or something. Okay, if you read tarot, that question, you probably will get a lot that this person is coming back to apologize. So if you wait, okay, like and they'll be like, hold your breath on that, you'll be waiting for fucking forever because that person is in and out. Kind of thing. Like, but the problem is double dutch. They'll keep doing this shit, but they never gonna actually like jump in, kind of thing. They know how to like do the movements as if they're gonna jump in, but they never gonna jump in. They're never gonna come up. They're never gonna show up. They're never gonna pop up. They just gonna keep you on the fucking string. That's the hangman. Like to be continued, but it's not gonna continue. Their story is closed. The world, this cycle is closed. It's ended. It's not going to continue. They're not going back to apologize. They're not going to like be the person that you expect them to be. They're not doing none of that. And then we have the Knight of Swords reverse. They're very impulsive and warlike and angry and violent. And then we have the Two of Cups. Oh, they more so will lash out and verbally abuse you and blame you for the things when it's not actually your fault. So they would just project all the problems onto you and try to use you as a scapegoat when you're not the problem, it's them. And then from the I keep saying the wild unknown tarot. I think it is that unknown tarot, the dark unknown, whatever. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Funny enough, it does touch. It's okay because I'm doing like six, so it ties the Ace of Cups and the Devil and all this to the Six of Pentacles. So it's like this person was giving you nothing but burdens because everything was an illusion and everything was a lie. And now you're realizing that, which is freeing you of like burdens that's not your responsibility, and which is bringing you a sense of happiness and a sense of peace, and giving you the time to go after the things that you wanted to go after, and do the things that take back your responsibilities and stuff like that. And then we have the Tower of Reverse again. Yeah, it's pretty much divine stepped in. This was divine intervention because it wasn't built to last. It's probably very shocking and because the Tower is a Mars card and stuff like that. You know, Mars is very action and warlike and stuff like that. This relationship was very destructive. It wasn't built to last and it wasn't healthy. One person was lying, and another person didn't. I probably didn't know about it or wasn't aware of it. Or even if one person was aware of it, they pretended to like ignorance is bliss and stuff like that. And spirit is pretty much like you can't if you the one to like hold ignorance is bliss, you the one to keep trying to put it back together, and that's why you keep falling apart. Now if you realized it and then it was like I need help, spirit is like divine intervention. They helped you kind of thing. Then we have the two of pentacles. Yeah, it goes kind of sort of go back and forth, kind of flip. Or with that, with the tower being, it was like you got go back and forth. It's like divine help, it's a punishment. Divine help, it's a punishment, and it's like it's just divine help. Oh, they're not punishing you. Then we have the three of wands. Yeah, they're trying to help you move on and move forward. It was never a punishment. Um, because the tower technically ties the lovers and the queen of cups. So it's like for you to learn self love and discover self love, but also discover the ace of cups and the importance of waters and your emotions. And because the three of cups ties to the queen of pentacles, the queen of wands. And like I said, the queen of wands from time to time get a bad rap of being superficial and being like seductive and stuff like that. And um, but she do have good qualities about her. So it's like that's why it's like going back and forth. It's like it all depends. Like she is pretty, she is attractive and stuff like that. So to some people it might come off that she is being seductive and she's being this and she's doing that when that's not necessarily the case. Because now that the three of wands is touching the chariot and the hermit, they like if you most are just focused on like, oh well she just used her looks to do everything and to get ahead, and that's technically not what she does. She like this is not what she does at all and stuff like that. It's her ambition and her drive. She doesn't really rely on her looks. She has it, but she don't really rely on it. It's just like trying to shame her and create insecurities and stuff like that, which just slow her down in a way. And um which limits her like opportunities and stuff like that, which is not really fair. And then we have the rainbow like here with the infinity. They also have the infinity on the magician's hat. So it's pretty much to manipulate her and her choices, the way she moves and the way she acts and how she move on and move forward, which is not really fair. Which is what I say about creating insecurities where there is no insecurities. Or if there is an insecurities, find that and pick at that and poke at that and prod at that to stop them for like moving on and moving forward. Then you have justice. It's freeing yourself and liberating yourself from that, and the scales is being balanced. And yeah, this is right. So this is divine intervention and divine stepped in and pretty much like balancing out the scales because it was way out of balance and way out of whack because of somebody's insecurities and pride and ego and trying to control somebody else in a situation. Then we have the move of yeah, by lying and being deceptive. I don't be expecting the reading to be this long, but it is like so long. But if you stay for this long, thank you, because it's really more to it. Oh my goodness. So we have self care and energy with intentions, creation, and self love. With so Saturn is reverse in this deck, and it says until debt tears us apart. And Saturn is the planet of like karmic debt, surrender, and contract, career, and commitment. And so it's like this, like you paid off this karmic debt, you learned this like the lesson, which is what the Page of Pentacles is here. You learned the lesson, you learned with your self love and self care and stuff like that. And then what's crossing that, because that's what I said, oh my goodness. What's crossing that is ego and vanity and pride with feminine. And like I said, the queen is a girl, the page is a feminine energy, and then they both had a snake. The snake where we had like if you've been here for a while talks about like a narcissist being used, being charmed, being manipulated, um, like not having boundaries or somebody overstepping your boundaries and stuff like that. Um, because they're fighting ego and what trying to please everybody else, which is vanity, and worry about what everybody else is gonna say, stuff like that. And then we have masculine. Also realizing like um male can have like feminine like energy as well. And the song that just popped in my head was Krishan Rock with the song she just did with bitches act like and act like bitches. Yeah, like that. Like realizing like some dudes can are very feminine in their like ways, and some females can be masculine and stuff like that. Or like where right now where there's videos and stuff like that. And like, there's men that be complaining about like, oh, this girl, she's in her feminine, like her masculine energy and blah 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 blah. And there's girls just like, bro, I'm in my masculine energy because I don't think you can protect me. I don't think you will like do this. You won't do that. Da 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 da. If you can do all this, I will not be in my masculine energy, kind of thing. But they can't understand that because what they're hearing is, I'm not man enough, and it's just like you're not okay. You're not man enough to push me in my female, like to have me in my feminine energy. I don't feel protected by you. I feel like I have to be on guard. I have to do this. I have to do that. And it's like that's fine and that's okay. That doesn't make you less of a man. I don't view you any less of a man. I know you're a man. It's just that I don't think you're a man that will protect me or save me or do anything for me, kind of thing. But they can't deal with that. They can't handle that. Just the whole pride and ego thing. Like, oh, my manly man. All girls want me. Like, no. They don't, kind of thing, and that's okay. Like, not everybody's gonna want you, not everybody gonna like you, and that's alright. Then we have Jupiter with action, courage, and beginnings. Then we have dreams, messages. Um, I remember that comes out a lot. Some of y'all will probably receive messages in your dreams, from spirit, or this person trying to, if they've been popping up in your dreams, it's because they're trying to talk to you and tell you something. But that's still like invading your space, especially if you're not like you're not purposely like dreaming of them. But it could just be spirit like trying to send you a message and stuff like that. And then we have justice, balance, karma. So then we have justice here. So for somebody, the scales is being balanced because this whole situation was toxic. It was very karmic and out of balance. And spirit is now bringing it into balance because a lot of this shit was unnecessary. Then we have awakening and remembering. Yay. You starting to awaken and to realize certain things and remember like who you are before this person, like before this relationship or before this whole situation happened. And then we have activation and higher self. Um. Oh, this whoever like person you dated or whatever happened helped you like activate and become like in touch with yourself. They probably pissed off that they did that because it kind of sort of backfired on them, and it's kind of their fault. But that's on them, because they did way too much shit and sabotaged themselves. Like, but if they did sabotage the chance of ever coming back and y'all being friends or even just being associates and stuff like that, it ruined it. And it is what it is. And then we have integration with union. Yeah, you're starting to become more aligned with certain things and becoming a union with stuff that is meant for you. And we have spark and renewing. Oh, I guess you with I don't know if you have like a certain thing with spirit where when they give you certain messages, you know which one comes to spirit and which one doesn't. But if it sparks something within you, I guess you know that it's coming from spirit. Like if it triggers you, you know it's coming from like not. I don't say like it's coming from like a karmic, but like if it triggers you, it's just something that you need to heal and look at. And then we have change and courage. We got courage twice. Yeah, so this karmic or this situation changed you and pushed you to be a lot more like courageous, a lot more confident. So like I said before, like if you was already intimidating, this put like made you even more intimidating because you're healing parts of yourself that a lot of people wouldn't have healed or can't or wouldn't like heal from or can't heal from. And then we have reflection and projection and stuff like that. So where before y'all was mirroring each other, you see even the mirror is broken now. Like now you realize like y'all don't really reflect anymore and stuff like that. So now it would just literally they would just be checking their problems onto you. And then we have talking badly about somebody else while they aren't around to defend themselves is says more about you than the other person you're talking about. I forgot about the foundation. Yeah, they were trying to control this whole relationship and the whole situation. Like I just like it's you can't control anything. A lot of things is out of people need to realize the only thing that you can control is your fucking self. You cannot control another human being. You cannot control a situation. You can't control the environment. You can't even control a dog. You can't control an animal. You can't control nothing. You can only control yourself. Okay, and then not even that because you can't really tell your stomach don't digest my food right now. So it's like you can't even control yourself like completely. So it's like the only thing you really have control over is your mind and your feelings and your emotions and how you react to certain things. And that's fine and that's okay. And the things you know, like kind of stuff. Like then we have acorn. The acorn is so tiny, but filled with intentions. This intention helps the acorn grow into a large tree. Yeah, so this person trying to like belittle you and make you feel small, but even even if you were small and so tiny and so irrelevant and stuff like that, you made a very big and huge impact on this person's life that they refuse to accept and want to admit, and that's coming from like a bratty, childish standpoint. It has nothing to do with you. It's more so have something to do with them. And then we have here's what we're not gonna do. Like this, like that, like that, and that's what we're just not gonna deal with and do and put up with because that had nothing to do with you. That's all them. Like spirit's just like that's what we're not doing. Like a good tree can't bear bad fruit, and a bad tree can't bear good fruit. Matthew 7. Basically saying if you're a good person, everything that you're gonna do is gonna be good because that's your intention. It's coming from a good standpoint, a good place. If it's coming from a place of deception and lying and trying to use somebody else, not like only negativity and something bad is gonna come out of it. Then we have it's hard to trust when all you have from the past is examples of why you shouldn't. Facts. I mean, facts, but like, Spirit understands, which is why they probably with the Hermit like you need some time to yourself. You can start trusting yourself, and then so like when certain things happen, you trust that and you like trust your decisions and your choices. Then we have don't be fooled. Most a person's most consistent behavior is their true self. Period. But you know how tiring it is to pretend to be somebody that you're not? Very. So, like, whoever they are, like, I'll say, like, 9 times out of 10, that's their true self. Then we have, don't forget to drink water and get some sun. You're basically a houseplant with complicated feelings. Also, sun is very healing. It's good for the, like, your eyes. It's good for the skin. Just so you get vitamin D. Water is very. You just need the water to hydrate. Okay, you could go without food. Not saying to do that, but you can't go without water. So you need water, and yeah, you need some form of sunlight. I think sunlight also helps with your mental health, like your mental health. I forgot what way, but like locking yourself in a dark room for a very long time can also like, especially if you're depressed, will push you in further into depression. Like open up them blinds. Okay, let the sun come in a little bit. A little bit, okay? And then we have prize goals before destruction and hasty spirits before the fall. Proverbs 16:18. I probably said that word wrong. But it's not like me talking. But we had the pride and ego before. So like I said, if it's coming from a very hard and like egotistical place, a negative place, everything that's gonna like create and come from it is gonna be negative and destructive. Then we have stop jumping into relationships in order to move on. Face what happened, heal and grow from the experience. which is kind of so what you're doing now, or spirit is pushing you to do now, or telling you that you might want to do now, should do now. But the Page of Pentacles being here, I'm saying like it's either you learning that lesson now or you learned the lesson already. It took you a while with this victory after a very long battle. It took you a while, but you're learning it. You're getting it. And then we have, if it drains you, it's not for you. Always remember that. Facts, like, I get, okay? I understand the whole, like, vampire things. I get it, okay? But you do realize that there are, certain times, they draining you, right? Like, you get that, right? Like, they draining you, which is why they call them energy vampires and stuff like that. Like, it drains you. And, like, I understand, like, yeah, our body, like, can make blood again and stuff like that. But, like, if they... Okay, with vampires. We're going to talk about them. Because I feel like that's how I got your attention now. Okay. If you look at a karmic as vampires, right? They bite your neck, right? You have blood, and they drain you, right? And they drinking your blood. Drink. Fine, right? So, in the beginning, it's like, they would drink, like, get a little bit of taste, and then stop, and then just like, okay, good, and then you'll be able to like make new blood, and because your body makes, if you get like a shot today and they take blood, your body will like replenish that and kind of stuff like by tomorrow, and that's how it was in the beginning. Like they would take, then you replenish, they would take, you would replenish, they would take, you would replenish. Then at some point in time, it was like they would take, and it was taken, and it was taken. And it was taken, and you could be like, damn, they seem to be taking a lot. They took a lot more this time. They must be real hungry, real thirsty. And then you seeing spots, seeing little twinkles and shit, and you're like, huh, this ain't normal. This ain't right. And it's because, yeah, they sucking the life out of you, baby. It's like, that's why you're seeing the twinkles. It's like, they draining you dry kind of thing. Like, leave that person alone kind of thing. And then you probably like pulled away and they be like, oh, my bad. I got carried away. I'll do better next time. They not, okay? They're not doing better next time. They gonna do the shit again, okay? So, yeah. I guess that's the best way to explain comics. Vampires. Werewolves, in Twilight, I was more so Team Jacob than anything, so I can't really, like, but like werewolves, what I like with that, the whole thing about that is like they can find their mates, but they can reject their mates and stuff like that. Does it hurt the person? It kind of sort of hurts both of them, but it might hurt more than one more than the other, and it's like that's not the end all be all. Like that person can find a whole like other mate and stuff like that. But that's my main point. But what I like is like wolves. Like there's a scent and stuff like that, and it's like only their mate has that scent, and that scent can drive them crazy and make them weak, and they can do anything for their mate. And it's like that's so cute, that's so wonderful. And then it's like they can be mean to everybody else except that person. It's like that's I don't know why. I was just Team Jacob anyways, but just like Edward it was just weird. But even like. In that family, I was more so. There were like the couple I was rooting for. Like you didn't get much screen time. It was the girl that she could see visions and stuff like that. And then her boyfriend. Like I'm more so rooted for them than like anybody else. But yeah, comics is like vampires. I don't fucking know why I came up with werewolves. Like I don't really have one for them as of right now. Could be like shapeshifters and stuff like that. But I don't know. I can't really find anything negative to say about werewolf. Like I said, I kind of sort of was team. Like I was on their side. So it's just like I don't know. But I also like dogs way more than I would like a bat. So I don't know. So we have. Is that my voice? That was from Cusco. So it's like you probably stand up and protect yourself and defend yourself, and you're just like, is that me? Like. Wow, and it's like you surprise yourself and you're surprising others by like standing your ground and even overcoming this and healing things that you probably didn't know that you needed to heal. And then we have women never admit to liking you, they just start talking to you every day. So somebody probably like went from like barely talking to like talking to you every day, and that was pretty much the indication, like either that they liked you or that they was intrigued by you. Then we have, she's not toxic, bro. You made her. Well, she's not toxic, bro. You made her like that. Now you think that she's crazy. Your decisions reflect your action. Check yourself. Basically, they lied and manipulated and created a whole bunch of illusions, and then which caused you to second guess them and stuff like that, and doubt them, and then be like, "Oh no, she's crazy. She did da 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 da." And it's like everything that you have done or everything that you have said is accurate, is true. So you're not crazy. You fucking like that's the high priestess that you're listening to your intuition. Your intuition is right, and they're trying to say like, "Oh no, you're just pulling this out of a rabbit's hat or a rabbit hole. Like you don't know what you're talking about." And it's like you do know what you're talking about. And it's like I said, it's them, not you. They just project it. And then we have AARP. Somebody's old. I don't know who, but somebody old. The AARP. Somebody could be old. Now we're gonna look at the Heal Yourself deck. And so we have Soulmate, but this is crossed by Alchemy. So what I was talking about with the magician also talks about alchemy, but it's like having all of the tools and stuff that you need to enable to do the trick and able to like turn things around. So like you learned, like that's why people said like you probably already learned the lesson and know all this, which is why things are changing and turning around. Which where before you probably was more so focused on your karmics, now you more so are awakening to like your true. I don't know why I keep coming up with true. Your true twin flames. Um and is it true though? I gotta figure. I don't know why they keep popping up. I'm gonna figure out that song and I'm gonna come back. Why that's coming up, but turning things around and realizing like you have, it's like you know how to heal yourself, but also soulmates will have like also things to also heal you and stuff like that. But like oh, like probably like if you have like a fever or you're sick or you're cold, you might have NyQuil in your house or like well if you have fever, you might have like Tylenol. I'm not saying to take those two together, but probably take the Tylenol, break the fever. Okay, do that first. See if that works because it also helps with coughing and sneezing and stuff like that. Okay, take that first, and if that doesn't work, maybe like a different day you tried NyQuil and or go to a fucking doctor. So like you have certain things in your house or your arsenal that can help you, but like your doctor also will have like other things in their arsenal that can also help you. So it's like see like a soulmate and your twin flames as that they're not pushing you to like help you or heal you or create problems when like there is no problems. And then we have beauty. See the snake again? Also, I did a pick a card reading. I'm not sure what I'm putting but a lot of people are jealous of your beauty and your personality and how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, how people like you and interact with you. And then we have the clock here, which talk about like time. Like over time, you start to the awakening. You start to realize the beauty within you and the beauty within life and the beauty within others, and realize like you have insecurities, yes, but those insecurities, like what you see as insecurities or flaws, like your soulmates and your twin flames will see that as like they don't see it as like imperfections or flaws. They see it as beautiful and stuff like that. Like if you have thighs and stuff like that, and I get it might be hard to find pants because of your thighs, or like if you didn't have as much thighs, you probably wouldn't be a certain size and stuff like that. But then let me tell you, wonders of thighs, okay, and thick thighs at that. When your hands is cold, where you can put them? Between your thighs. Why? Because thighs is rubbing together. What's that causing? Friction. Cause what? Warmth. What that do? Put your hands right between that bit. Your hands is warm. Personal hand warmers like that. So it's like, like you might be insecure about it, and like, yeah, okay, it's like your thighs rubbing together from time to time. Your pants are gonna like, wear apart because your thighs. And it's like that's just a part of the beauty of your thighs and stuff like that. Like it's gonna happen regardless, and it's just the wear of tear of clothes. Like so, it's nothing is gonna last forever, and like your thighs is a part of your body and it's beautiful and it helps you walk and sit and it does a lot of things, okay? And then like even if let's say like you try to get a bigger butt, you do know that also is gonna like increase your thighs, right? So like regardless, your thighs is gonna get bigger, and it's beautiful. Just embrace it, and it's wonderful because if your hands get cold, you can put your hands in between it. And if if the person's hands get cold, if you want them to put your hands between your thighs, you can let them put your hands between your thighs. Okay, kind of thing. Or even if you have like a fupa or stuff like that, the person wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. The part of my head is the videos where like with a girl when she would like take a picture with her person, like they were trying to like hide her stomach, and the guy would like push her hand away and like will rub the stomach and stuff like that and like caress it, and like you can see like in the video he just like, you look so fucking like kind of like it's, he doesn't care, like your body is beautiful. And but also there was like a YouTuber where he was like he was talking about the first time he went to like a yoga class, and there was a big girl in there, and he was like, he do sports, he's athletic, so like if he thought like because she's big, so if she could do it, then he could do it. He was like, I saw her body do things I never knew a big girl can do, and he was like, that's when I knew. I was like, I gotta get me one. And I'm just like, yo. So it's just like they don't care. Like body shape doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you can't do certain things. You could be like 220 and still bust a split, put your hand like a leg over your foot. They don't give a fuck. They see that shit as beautiful. You can have a fupa or whatever. They don't care. And even if you have small boobs and you just like, I look like a little boy, and it's like they don't care. Like they don't care about your physical appearance. It's like your beauty is like your ambition, how you care for yourself, how you care for others. They more so like it's not physical. Okay, like so if you look past the physical sense and look at what's it like how you impact others, but not a lot of people are going to tell you how you impact them, which is kind of sort of sad. But you impact people in a way that you don't really realize, and they won't really like to give you credit for. And some people do, right? They then you might not really be great at accepting compliments, but like that kind of thing. But like, because the whole like being humble and stuff like that, and that like that as well is also a beauty. Like you are so pretty and beautiful and attractive, but you're still humble and grounded. You don't like let it blow you out of proportion and make you get a big head and stuff like that. And just people just like, oh my goodness, like to the right person, it's like, oh, like kind of thing. And then we have take off the mask and have faith. Yeah, so all the labels and pretending, like all the insecurities that you're trying to project on yourself, so you take that off and like see yourself for who you are and who you truly are. Like you have insecurities, embrace them. If you have a fupa, if you have big thighs, thick thighs, or whatever, okay. If you have a little butt, little booty matters. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's okay. If you have a big butt, that's okay. Go ahead, big booty Judy. It's okay. It's alright. If either way, it might be hard for you to find fucking clothes. Sometimes I really be mad because I'm like, I just no way in hell that is like everybody wear the same size as me. Like that's what I'm feeling when I can't find no clothes. It's like, so now everybody wear the size all of a sudden. Like what's really going on? So it could simply just be that, or it's like that store isn't great for carrying those sizes, so let's find a store that is. So kind of thing to counteract certain like insecurities. And then we have letting go, hole in the soul, and sexuality. Oh, the snake came back. Now the snake is running away. See, look at that. So you let go and walk away from things, which is the Eight of Cups just keep coming out. Walking away from things that no longer serves you because they was causing like holes and wounds in your soul and causing you to hurt yourself even more than you needed to hurt yourself. You started to heal from that and become more in tune with yourself, because sexuality ties to your sacral chakra and your self-love, self-worth, self-trust. And people was not really able to manipulate you or trick you like the snake was doing before. Like you know who you are, you trust yourself, because she and the sexuality card is slightly naked. She's wearing like a mesh clothing and stuff like that. So with the star, where you're being naked and you're being vulnerable, you're being your true self, where you wasn't doing that before. Now you're standing in your power. You know who you are. You don't care who sees or what they got to say. And then even, the snakes and stuff like that, the narcissists, you just being yourself and don't having no angle at it will freak them the fuck out. Because narcissists always have like underlying meaning behind it, or being like they always have like an angle that they're playing, right? There's always like a curveball to it. If you just blunt and direct and there's no like nothing about it, they just like, what? No, there has to be. And it's like, no, you said what you said and you said what you meant, kind of thing. But they will say something, but they don't say what they mean. That's what, like, so it freaks them out, and it's like, you have more power. They can't take that power from you because you speaking your truth and you living your truth. And then we have from the Inner Child deck with Pursue Your Dreams and Be Studious and All Wrapped Up. So, pretty much the tie with the healing part of the message. But you was all wrapped up in your soulmates and thinking that like soulmates was supposed to be like romantic and only romantic. There's some platonic, there's some romantic. Like the platonic ones, like there could be some that's in your family. They're just here to teach you a lesson to help you grow and transform and realize that you have everything that you need within you already. You just got to discover it, right, and remove the mask. And as you grow, you might realize that the mask get a little bit smaller and smaller, or there's certain things that you mask that you try to hide away and paint. And to pretend like it's not there when it is actually there. Like for me, from time to time, I wasn't always in touch with my feelings or my emotions. I kind of sort of bottled them up and be like, no, I don't want to feel that right now. Like kind of thing. But like I try to deal with that at a later time or a later date. It's like things will happen, and then I will forget. Like, oh shit, like yeah, that's what that feeling was, like kind of thing. So like you can't like push things off. Like you have to deal with them in the moment. And don't like bottle it up and pretend like I'm okay when you're not okay. Like take the time out, unless like your feelings don't like start controlling you, or or your mind start controlling you and stuff like that, rather than you control your feelings and your emotions. And okay, hold on. I don't know why I was at reverse because it wasn't supposed to. So we have support. And all tangled up, like I just said, it's like you trusting yourself and believing in yourself and supporting yourself. You won't, but you tangled up and stuff like that, and like not able to move on and move forward. You won't stress out. You realize like, okay, I can get myself out of this, and if I can't, like I know who to go to help me get myself out of this, rather than just scrambling and just trying to like I don't. Like try to go to like the first person, like I'm saying, like okay, I'm good at math from time to time, right? But any others like in other subjects stuff like that. But I'm dyslexic, so like English, I'll like depend. Like I have no problem like reading and stuff like that. But like essays and like reading depending on the book. If it doesn't like grasp my like if I'm not interested, I'm not going to read it. But like even essays, like I probably will know what I want to say, but then don't know how to say it. So I will have to talk to somebody that's like great at writing essays and stuff like that. Now I have two parents, so I will more so go to like a parent. I also have a sibling, but like I'm more, like I can go to like follow, right? But like one parent is very similar to me, which is math is their thing and stuff like that. Am I going to go to that parent to help me with an essay? No, because we both going to be stuck, right? Now, a sibling, great at writing and stuff like that, and English also can help me figure out what I was trying to say and like let it flow correctly. But let's say that they're not around or not like very close, or like I can't get to them in time, but I needed to do the essay. I have another parent. That parent is also like great at like writing and stuff like that, and can help me like get my thoughts across and stuff like that. And kind of sort of forget what I'm trying to say a little bit more than what I'm trying to say because they grew up with me. They know like certain like my mannerisms and stuff like that, and what I mean when I like say this and stuff like that, so to be able to relate it to somebody else, so it all comes together coherently. And that's what I mean, like that support and stuff like that, knowing who to go to, who to find and stuff like that. And even if like rather than just sitting here like freaking out, like, oh, I have an essay, let me go to this person. It's like that person is the math person that can't really help you with the essay, so you're still stuck and you're still tangled and tied up and stuff like that. So it's like giving it. That's why it's like being studious, like taking the time out to realizing like what are you good at, and then what are the people around you good at, and what can they help you with? And if they can't really help you with certain things, it's like, okay, like that's fine. Like they might support you in a different, like other ways, and if they're not really supporting you, then like why are they around? It's just keeping you stuck and keeping you tangled and starting to become something that you don't really need to be stuck and tangled in. And then we have treat yourself. Then, okay, we have all this that came up together. We'll read it one by one. We have openness. Be open to accept divine guidance in your relationships, which is the whole divine intervention. If you pray to ask for help and to ask for divine intervention, they will do it every time. If you tell them like, keep me from relationships that aren't good for me and are beneficial for me, they're going to do that. They are a man of their word. They're a woman of their word. They're angel of their spiritual thing of their word. And then we have clarity with take time to think about the situation to gain clarity, which is the Ace of Swords. And then we have like a clear vision earlier. Then we have connection with your connection is eternal and unbreakable. Like a karmic relationship is very breakable because it's the karmic debt. Once you paid it all off, it breaks. There's nothing there anymore. Like the mirror, where y'all was mirroring each other, y'all thought y'all had this, like y'all was reflecting stuff like that. Now y'all don't reflect. The mirror is broken. Now everything they're saying things is more so just projection. It's just them. You aren't doing anything. Then we have cherish, but cherish your relationship. Also with the Hermit reverse, you probably feel ashamed for like loving and cherishing this person the way that you did, and it's like Spirit's trying to say like you shouldn't feel ashamed of loving and caring for people the way that you are or the way that you did, because pretty much people try to take or affect the things that you pretty much like your superpower in a way. Like your love is very like your love, your confidence, and your ambition and stuff like that is very powerful in your superpower and stuff like that. And it's very intimidating. So they're trying to like make you feel inferior by it and make you feel ashamed of it when you shouldn't be. As like so you can hide it and dim your light and suppress yourself when you shouldn't need to. And your spirit saying like you don't need to. Your soul makes like you don't need to. Spirit flames like you don't need to. You're great the way that you are. You're wonderful as you are, and they cherish everything about you, stuff like that. Then we have surprise. You might be about to be surprised. And then I don't know how to say that with every even when you feel lost, there is always the way through. Oh, I think it's the labyrinth, which is like a maze. Oh, so pretty much in the labyrinth, like in the Greek mythology, right? There was a labyrinth and there was a minotaur in it, which was a monster, and they will get like, I don't remember, they like purposely got kids to feed to the Minotaur. It was like, oh, the kids that was bad. But I remember one person, you wanted to marry this girl. I forgot the girl's name. And the dad was like, oh, well, if you can like defeat the Minotaur or like you can go in the labyrinth and come out and stuff like that, then like, yeah, sure, you can marry her. But they knew like, it was designed for like, once you go in, it was very hard for you to get out because it keeps changing and shifting and maneuvering and stuff like that. So how he got out was with the help of the girl by having like a string, and she was like, I'll hold the string, and as you go and stuff like that and you defeat him and stuff like that, you just follow the string on this way back to get back to me and stuff like that. So it was like, we're just a werewolf. This cut off, sorry. It's oh and it's like, even though like the whole temptation and stuff like that, even though people are gonna try to like pull y'all apart and make it seem like y'all relationship isn't like something worth having or try to like come between y'all, it's like if y'all really want to be together, y'all will be together and nothing will separate y'all or break it. And it might be like people that you didn't expect that to happen or expect to have that with, that you actually do have that with, which could be like the whole surprise kind of thing. And okay, so we have separation, be optimistic, and letting go. So we have separation. It is time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Be optimistic says keep in mind that you are creating your reality. You cannot attract love with a negative mindset. And letting go says if someone leaves you confused more than comforted, you need to reassess their access to you. Yeah, because I'm put here. The letting go and the holding your soul, because that's just literally what it was doing. It was hurting you, which is why Spirit just like, yeah, nope, we don't doing that here. We don't do that here. Then we have pay attention to the signs. There are synchronicities you have been noticing are not coincidences. Then we have reconciliation with someone from your past is or will be returning to your life soon. With that, how could like a karmic remorsal will want something, and if you say no, they try to like tempt you or try to like bribe you into like getting you to say yes. Where like it's real twin flames. If you said no or if you said yes, like they go with it kind of thing. Like spirit's not gonna like spirit doesn't force you to do anything. You just kind of sort of go at your own pace. Uh, how to say it? Something else? No. We have law of attraction. If you have been manifesting this relationship and everything you want will soon be yours. Oh, okay. Like back to this. What popped in my head? Like I don't like tomatoes, right? It does. I don't care who you are. I don't eat tomatoes. I don't care. I'm not doing it, right? I don't care if you like. You haven't had my tomatoes. I grown mine, and I do this, and the third. I don't give a fuck. I don't eat tomatoes. Okay, like it is what it is. Like that's what I mean. Like if I said no, like it's no. Like I don't eat tomatoes. You're not gonna be like, oh, try this, try my tomatoes, try this. Like I put it in this, try it this way. Like no, I don't care what it is. If I see a tomato, I'm gonna pick it out. Okay, like maybe if it's cooked, then even if it's cooked, I still pick it out. Like I'll still go around it, kind of thing. Like I just don't eat tomatoes. Like if it's ketchup, okay, fine. Like if it's on pizza, marinara sauce, fine. Other than that, I don't eat tomatoes. Like, and it is what it is. Like I just don't. And not trying to like bribe, like, oh well, you haven't tried mine. You haven't like trying to make it seem like you're different, you're special in a way. Like a tomato is a tomato. I don't care where it comes from. I don't touch it. I don't eat it. I don't want it. And then if you put it in something, I will taste it. And I will know it. And I'm not gonna eat it. I also don't like sour cream. If you try to put sour cream or something, I will know, and I'm not gonna eat it. Like then I'm gonna be mad because why did you do it? So it's just like that's the whole childish and bratty thing. They like feel like they're an exception to stuff, and it's like you're really not. And then we have redirect your thoughts or focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not what you feel will happen. Because you're also like the fears that you feel like this person won't accept you for who you are, and that's inaccurate. And we have balance with like okay, not okay. Back to this. I feel like you feel like this person won't accept you as you are, and then if they do accept you as you are, you feel like you can't grow, change, and evolve, and that's inaccurate as well. They You don't have to be perfect because you're never going to be perfect. You're going to be imperfectly imperfect for the rest of your life, and the person understand that and they see that and they love that and they accept that, and just like you love and accept them for their flaws and stuff like that, and then but they will have flaws, and but to them they see it as flaws, and you don't see it as flaws. You see it as something like very like great and magical and wonderful. That's the same way that they see you and they view you, and they just wish that you see you that way that you see other people, or that you give other people credit for it. You give yourself the same amount of credit. Then back to this, we have balance, but there needs to be a healthy balance of physical and emotional and spiritual intimacy for this relationship to be sustainable. And then we have forgiveness and learning. With as you release and heal from the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So the more you learn and shed your karmics and learn from your karmic debts and forgive them and take the lessons, I guess the more you start to realize like there are people that was around you that did love and care for you and supported you and wanted the best for you. I'll be honest with you, I realized that, and not that I overlooked them. I cared and loved and like appreciate them, but I like the whole like there was more that meets the eye. And I didn't really like pay attention to that. And it's like now it's like realizing that, seeing that. And then we have love yourself first, but if your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Yep. And then we have pay attention to the red flags with the signs are cautioning you. Put that over here. You have to pay attention to the signs. And then we have it is safe for you to love, but open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It's like if you pay attention to the red flags rather than trying to create things like what is not there and stuff like that, you see what things that are there, and then you will be like, okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna move away, kind of thing, or like stuff like that. You know how to maneuver, how to get through life. And also, there are people that's there to support you with the labyrinth kind of thing. Right there. And then we have get to know each other as you reveal your innermost self to each other. Your bonds deepen. That is what if your person won't open up to you or can't open up to you, that's kind of weird. Or like if you being vulnerable with this person, they trying to like shame you for it or like throw it back in your face, that's a problem. Okay, kind of thing. Like that doesn't deepen their bond. That kind of sort of like crush it and like severs it. Then we have soulmate. Yes, this person is a soulmate. So we're saying like pay attention to the signs. Like pay attention to red flags. Like you might be looking for red flags. If there is no red flags, like stay at a neutral point. If there is no red flags, there is nothing to be alarmed of. There's nothing to be concerned of. It's like, yeah, cool. It's saying like that's not a karmic. This is a regular degular soulmate or like a regular degular twin flame. Like it's safe and it's good. It's good that this person just have neutral love and care and respect for you, and the same thing that you have for them. And they want the best for you. All like the best for you and want you to grow and evolve. They want you to be happy and have unconditional love. And I wish they would like if I like they know that they can't, but like if they can like shield you and protect you from like negativity and people that will harm and try to use you and abuse you, they will do so. So that's what I say. Like if there are like if it is a friend and you're starting to realize like and say like now like that person got real tired of your shit. Okay, like you keep making mistakes, and they got tired of it, and so y'all no longer friends and stuff like that. So because they pulled away because they had to do what was best for them. Being friends with you, being tied to that whole drama situation was not best for them. So they moved away, realizing all the people that they did not like. Realizing the reason why they didn't like those people, you starting to realize like, oh shit, that kind of thing. That was a soulmate, and now you're realizing like that alone had a lesson within it. Like appreciating people that love and care for you and like understand you. Like people will make mistakes and stuff like that, and like will give you space and time to like grow and evolve. But like if you know, but like they also got to do what's best for them and like giving them that space and that time and that opportunity because they gave you that space, time, and opportunity and stuff like that, and realizing like where everybody else is trying to force you and change you into something else, like this person never did. They were trying to like be like come on now, kind of thing. They didn't tell you what to do. Like pretty much left it up to you, where everybody else is trying to be like, you should do this and kind of stuff like that. And it's like that wasn't happening. It was a lesson. Then that's a lesson within stuff. Like realize like there is good people around you. There is people that actually was giving you love, like unconditional love, and you pretty much overlooked it or you fumbled it. You know, got it for each his own. Some people, like I said, in my situation, I didn't overlook that person. I like so it's just like yeah, so I don't really know what to say. Like but the ones that you did overlook them, so it's like I don't know, but that is a lesson. Okay, I don't know which part it cut off at, but we're gonna continue. If it comes back, if I need to say it again, I'll repeat it. But as of right now, I'm just gonna continue. So we have listen to life. I am attentive and to the world around me. The signs and symbols guide me to success. I listen and discover the way to the eternity. And then we have the path of light with make a conscious choice to move towards the light one step at a time. I transform my life. I transform my weakness into strength by mastering my thoughts. I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. I develop my gifts and expand my life to every being unconditionally. And then we have here and now. All cards are blue, so it's really tied to your throat chakra and how you express yourself, which we had before, like expressing your truth and living in your truth and speaking your truth, which also talks about the star card. Your twin flames and your soulmates will get it and they will understand it, and they're not gonna, like I said before, not gonna force you to change. But the here and now, we have the future does not exist. The past is gone. I focus on the present moment. I have the confidence in life again because I'm here now. There is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. Okay. And then these came out together. When I lean on faith of the universe, peace becomes real. I let go of the shadow of my past by seeing someone from the first time with the light of love. Joy is the ultimate creator, and I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. And oh, I wasn't I talking about like Dave Chappelle. I think that was with the person, like his friend that was a part of like the LGBTQ community. Also explained to him and stuff like that. Like there's like a spirit or like a being just having like a human experience and stuff like that. And just trying to like get through life as if like as everybody else is trying to get through life and just get to a point to where they can accept themselves and be happy with what they see in the mirror and um, express themselves the way that they want to express themselves or how they see themselves. Then we have energy flows through me with where my attention goes. Right, so, okay. Like, and then we have the moment I realigned with love and clear decision is presented to me. Then we have obstacles are detours in the right direction. So, where this is all hard and up and down and all work and challenging, that's the whole divine intervention. It's what is for you is for you. It's not that hard. You don't have to do much. Right? So now we have the Kabbalah of the Tree of Life, which is the lesson. We have the Nine of Wands. Like persevering and overcoming like the challenges and the obstacles and learning the lessons behind it. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, which help you free yourself and liberate yourself. Because the Nine of Pentacles also talk about like contentment. So where things at some point in time you probably like had it brought you was content with it, brought you some form of comfort. As you go and as you evolve, your comfort levels and your comfort zones is going to change as well. So what might have brought you a sense of comfort at some point in time probably will no longer give you that or have that. And then we have judgment, which is problem is like choices, but also where you say like the past and the present and the future and stuff like that. The past is gone, it happened, but there's some lessons and stuff like that that you need to learn, so it doesn't you don't repeat it in your like your present or you don't repeat it in your future to affect the whole thing. And we have the Six of Swords, it helps you move on to like calmer waters, where because in the beginning it's like the Six of Swords are very like wavy and stuff like that, having mixed emotions and very chaotic, and then things smooth out as the further you get along. Um, and the further you move on, you move forward, and it's like making those choices and sticking to it with the whole perseverance kind of thing. And then we have the Five of Pentacles reverse, realizing like you don't have to stay out in the cold if you don't want to be out in the cold. Like you can always like if somebody like with this person, if they ghosted you and left you out in the cold and stuff like that, for some reason they expected you to stay outside in the cold. That's not what you did. You was out in the cold. Even if like you're still in the cold or stuff like that, you build like shelter for yourself and it's like to like survive and stuff like that. And they didn't expect you to do that. They pretty much expect you to pretty much freeze, bang on the door, and like ask them to let, like beg them to let you back in. And that's not what you did. You picked yourself up and got help and seek help elsewhere, or like did what you gotta do, like one by one, a little step of the way. And Spirit said like, yes, that's realizing that you can always make a decision to turn things around. Things might be a little bit chaotic in the beginning, but like if you choose to like smooth things out and like persevere over certain things or free yourself from like things that you're not out of your control and out of your responsibilities, things will calm down and smooth out. Then we have the Empress, and then grow and be abundant. And then we have a loyal heart with the Wisdom Oracle. And then we have to the sea. Yeah, you was loyal, and you have a loyal. You are very loyal, right? And very kind and giving and loving and concerning and very nurturing. And Spirit saying you deserve that too. You don't deserve somebody that would just throw you and cast you away and throw you like throw you under the bus just for the fun of it or just for the heck of it, because they're going through something, or because you trigger something within them, or because they feel inferior to you. That's not fair to you. And you're very like ride or die, so you will understand, and even though this is hurting you and stuff like that, you will still be by this person because it's like you understand. And Spirit's like, it's great that you're giving them that understanding, but they're not giving that to you. And that's not fair. So it's not equal give and take. It's very out of balance. So the Tower moment, which is why they stepped in and, fix that. Then we have co-create. Yeah, so you can build the world that you actually that you want to build, rather than what everybody else is trying to tell you what you should want, what you should have, what you should build. Then we have imagine. You have a very loyal and loving heart, and you want somebody that has the same, and then everybody else is trying to tell you that's fantasy and that's not out there and that's not really a thing. And Spirit is trying to tell you like that is a thing, and the love that you want and the love that you have, the love that you want is out there. You might have to like work on yourself and heal yourself and realize that you are worthy and deserving of that love. Not saying to change yourself and stuff like that, but work on yourself. Look within you. Why like take off that mask of what everybody's trying to like project onto you, or even things that you projected on yourself and labeled yourself as. Take all that away and like shed that, and you will realize like the beautiful soul that you are, and that you are worthy and loving and deserving of love. And like sometimes you was mistreated and mishandled, and it took you a while to like realize or even heal from it or bounce back from it, but that doesn't mean that you weren't worthy of loving or caring or deserving. It just means that at some point in time you gave your love and your heart and your loyalty to the wrong person, and but then with the Magician here, some people they pretended to be somebody that they're not, to pretty much trick you, fall for like this whole trap of like they were this good guy, this great person. And so it's like you fell for a trick and like an illusion. It's like you're not the only one, and that's fine and that's okay. So it's like not to beat yourself up about it, but now you see through the illusions and you see through the tricks and stuff like that, and you realize that you don't want that a part of your world or a part of your life. So you like moving on and move past it. And then we have the Four of Pentacles with God liberating the oppressed with self atonement and curing mental illness and deliverance from persecution. Then we have the Three of Pentacles with God listening to limitations. Limitations is pretty it's a book of the Bible. It's pretty much just sorrowful cries. Also there have been angels like that came on earth and they pretty much like destroyed it from time to time, and they are bounded and stuck And some of them is just like stuck singing, like cries to God, like, help me, I'm hurting, please help me. And it's just falling on deaf ears because he's not helping them, kind of thing. So it's like, he hears, okay? He hears your cries, he hears your prayers, he hears all of it, and he's a man of his word. He does not lie, kind of thing. If he say he gonna help you, he gonna help you. But if he not gonna help you, okay? If he say don't do it, and you did it, okay? Like, he can't. There's nothing he can do about that, kind of thing. So we have mental forces and protection against sorrow and illnesses. And then we have, why does card look like that? The Four of Swords with the God of the Trinity with mission and protection against slander and impudence people. So people that will lie on you, manipulate you, pretty much like scapegoat, gaslight, stuff like that. Then we have the Ace of Swords with God above all names, with friendship and obtaining friendship of anyone. Facts, because when you really think about it, Jesus was surrounded by sinners. Like, I know that some people don't really want to talk about it, but like each and every disciple was technically classified as a sinner. And then the people that he like used as well from time to time would also be classified as sinners. Moses, technically he killed, right? David also killed. Then he kind of sort of took his took his like best friend's wife, so that like that's coveting, okay? Which is technically that's 2 commandments he broke, like kind of thing. Samuel was for the streets. But he wrote Proverbs, so it's like he lived a life, and it gained him some wisdom. And who else? He used Samuel. Paul, who was Saul, who later on became Paul, right? Saul was out here murdering a bunch of Christians. Jesus knocked that man up. Well, God knocked that man off the horse and was like, hey, let me talk to you real fast. We ain't gonna do this no more, okay? Change your life, change your ways. You will no longer kill these people. Now your name is Paul. Go on about your business. And what Paul did, he went about his business and he cursed out the church a little bit. He told the church all about themselves. And like he also had to atone for his sins and stuff that he did. He was in prison and stuff like that. Was he the one that walked on water, went on a boat? And then the only reason why he sank is because he took his eye off of Jesus, something like that. I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it was him. But yeah, but also all of Jesus' like disciples were sinners, and then the whole having faith and stuff like that. A lot of them didn't have faith. Thomas, his whole thing, he doubted a lot. They call him Doubting Thomas. Like that's his whole thing. And so you're not different. Everybody's the same. Jesus understands. He gets it. He worked on earth. He knows humans are humans, and they're not like. He still loves y'all, but like, kind of thing. Time to time, he understands. Like, you're gonna fall short. Things are gonna happen. Shit happens. Even Jesus like had a problem with the church. He flipped the table. But yeah, so like Jesus could be literally friends with anybody. Like he use anybody, he talks to anybody. It doesn't fucking matter who you are, what you do. It's okay. Like if you forgive and repent, like Thomas. Even though Thomas was with Jesus like the whole time he was on earth, and Jesus was like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing. Like I'm gonna go die. Okay, I'm gonna come back again. Right? Thomas, when Mary Magdalene came, it was like, hey, he's not even there. He's not there. Thomas was like, I need to see it for my own eyes, be able to put my hands through his hip and do this and da. Now Jesus wasn't there, okay? Right? He was walking with 2 other people. He was with 2 other people, and then when he disappeared, the people were like, I think that was Jesus, like kind of thing. And it's like they didn't hear the whole story and stuff like that, but it's just like Jesus just magically disappeared. They were like, oh, kind of, and they was like automatically believed. So it was like they didn't have to be here with Jesus the whole time or hear the whole story to believe him. But yet Thomas was with him the whole time. Jesus told him what he was going to do, and you still didn't believe. So like when he popped up with the whole disciples, it was like, hey Thomas, remember when you said you got to do this and this and third? Well, here you go, do it. Now you believe. Now you understand. Kind of thing. And it's like he even said like, bruh, like there's people that didn't see me and didn't have to do all this, but didn't have to do everything that you just did to believe, but yet you did, like kind of thing. So that doubting Thomas, so like that's the whole having faith. It's just whatever Jesus said he's gonna do, he's gonna do. And then after Jesus died, he left. Right? There was a prophet named Stephen. Stephen went to the church and pretty much was like, hey, remember the book of Elijah? Remember when Elijah said this, and the third? You don't realize that just happened. So technically you killed Jesus, so you pretty much fulfilled the prophecy that was said that was going to be done. And then they stoned Stephen to death because the church couldn't handle it because pride and ego, they supposed to be right all the time, and Jesus was wrong. Because he wasn't supposed to be humble. He was supposed to be so wonderful and so magical because he's God's son. And it's like, Jesus, like, I am wonderful and magical, but that I don't have to boast and brag about it. There's no need for that. Which is what the church was doing, which is why he flipped the fucking table. Like, he's just like, no, kind of thing. And then after that, that's why Paul had to come and just like, bro, like, what is really wrong with y'all? Let's get it together. So realizing that everybody's gonna have a say so, but nobody knows how. But not nobody knows. You have to have like a relationship with spirit for yourself. Like it could be if I call him Jesus, I call him God. You don't matter to me. Okay, I feel like all religions is pretty much the same. We have the same core values. I don't care how you call God, how he talks to you. You get it, you understand. Okay? He doesn't tell you to hurt people. I'll tell you that much. He will not tell you to hurt people. He will not tell you to suppress anybody. Because Jesus, literally says, you cannot hide a light under a bush or tree. He will never tell you to suppress anybody's light or dwindle anybody's light or diminish or anything like that. That's not of him. That is not him. That is the devil. Okay? Cool. Now, he will tell you there are false prophets in his names. You got to prepare for them. I keep telling you, flip the table in church. Okay? He flipped the table in church. And then his disciples, it was one time he was sleeping. Like everything is alive. It vibrates and stuff like that. So one time Jesus was asleep. And then he was in a boat. And then the oceans was like, oh shit, that's Jesus. What are you doing here? So they started rocking and waving and moving, and because it's Jesus. And then the wind was blowing because it's just like, oh shit, it's Jesus. And then so the disciples was like, oh my goodness, we're gonna sink. And then Jesus was like, bro, they just worshiping. Like, relax, you're fine. Like everything that has breath must worship me. And I think it was like one time a tree didn't. Right, I guess it didn't like blow and stuff like that, which means we have like nothing. Like if it can't bear bad fruit, the tree fucking died. Like just so it's like like trust that spirit is not going to lead you wrong and stay you wrong, and if they does, that's not spirit, and that's more so the devil. But there is going to be times where you feel like it's steering you and leading you in a direction where you don't want to go, and very confusing, and you feel like, oh, why did you take me here? Like a Job moment and stuff like that. Like, why is all this is happening to you? Is it a punishment? It's not a punishment. It's just like, it's a lesson kind of thing. And like I said earlier, like everything, nothing is built to last. Things are going to change. You're going to get some things will be taken away, then you will get something back, like it's kind of thing, and that's just a part of life. And we have the Nine of Pentacles that came up mad times with the submission, the omnipresent God, with submission of the highest order and identifying traitors and destroying their plan. Yeah, with the whole moon reverse. This person was a liar, which is why this whole shebang happened. But so if you stop dating for a while and stuff like that and just be single, that will more so work out for you and like get you to be more in touch with yourself and what you want in relationships, and also the type of people that you are like attracted to. And then we have the angel of patience, which is temperance. And we have the angel of knowledge. Then we have chakra balancing angel. And then we have angel of divine timing, which is the divine order, which we had earlier. And then we have like clearing chakra blockages. So even though this was like a very like Six of Wands, like a very like harsh war, a very long battle and stuff like that, at the end of the day, you started to awaken and realize a lot of things that you wouldn't have realized if you hadn't gone through it. And you were starting to realize where you was blocked or closed off in certain areas. And as time goes on, you become more balanced and stable within inside yourself. You feel a lot, you become free here, and then all the things that you want and wish to attract, you realize is sudden. I won't say like suddenly like falls into your lap, but like suddenly it's presented to you, and it's because you're now in a place to like appreciate it and take care of it, whereas before you wouldn't have been able to do that, or there was people around you that would have sabotaged it. And spirit just like, this is way too beautiful and too sacred to have like nonsense be around there to sabotage you or to mess it up. Yeah, that's all that I'm seeing for this reading. I didn't expect it to be so long. I am sorry that it is. But if you stayed with me and stayed through it and to the end, or if you like take breaks and came back, that's cool too. But yeah, this was very fun. Um, Nice and kind and understanding. It pretty much served the purpose that it was supposed to serve. Um, you shed all your karmics and you are starting to like awaken to soulmates and your twin flames, and then there might have, with the Saturn that came up, there might be some situation that it might almost like it might mimic that is karmic because of some blockages, but it's like if you know the knowledge and the information to like clear that blockages up. Like if you need to have a heart to heart, then like a heart to heart, the whole reconciliation that can happen. That will just like clear it up. Like it might that like it might mimic that it's karmic, but it's not actually karmic, which could be like the whole spark thing. It doesn't like trigger you or stuff like that. It might like spark like a like run but kind of thing because it's given karmic, but it's not actually karmic. Um, yeah, that's all that I see for this reading. If this reading resonated it with you, then please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for watching. Hey, like I know I said it was like it's over, but like something just popped in my head with the snake. Um, and I know I was like talking about like vampires. And you'd be like, snakes and vampires are not really the same thing. Like a snake, it slithers. A bat, it flies. But if you pay attention to like the teeth and like the biting of it all, it does match and it does go together. And when I was talking about like Edward, where he in the beginning he stayed away from Bella and stuff like that, but like as time went on, he got like closer and closer. Um, whereas snakes, they more so like stay to themselves in a way. Like sometimes they like you normally like you gotta like look for them. They more so like hide and stuff like that. They don't know they're not really like in people face kind of thing. Well, until they like ready to bite kind of thing. Like they're not like really in your face. You don't really see them. You don't really notice them. Um, Kind of sort of like how the Cullens were. Like people knew they existed, but they more so stayed to themselves. And like and then even Edward, but as time went on, like he, started to come closer and closer to Bella. And then what popped in my head was a video where the late like was I don't know if it was like a story or whatever, but it was something like how like the snake wasn't eating and stopped eating and stuff like that. It started like cuddling up to like the owner a lot more, and the owner thought like that was so cute and stuff like that. And person was like, no, no, like they cuddling up to you and sizing you up to see like how much force or like how much would it take to pretty much like you're pretty much the next prey, like next food, and if they eat you, they be good for like a good couple of days and stuff like that. Because snakes, when they eat something and stuff like that, they can't really do much or move. They're at their most vulnerable point at that state of time, like because they are focusing on digesting whatever they're eating. So yeah, but snakes, they can either like wrap around you and smother you to, or they some of them is poisonous, so they could just bite you. So it's that the person trying to smother or suppress you, like, or just poison your mind with a whole bunch of nonsense isn't accurate. And then the song "Energy" by Carrie Hudson with "I'm having nightmares, I'm sleeping with the enemy." Um, that's the video that popped in my head with the snake and the cuddling up, and then it's like just to like wrap around you to kind of sort of stop your growth and stuff like that. So, which is why like now you standing in your power and speaking your truth scares them, and then that's why the snake is running away, because they they're vulnerable points, like I said, when they're digesting their food and at their stomach. And there are things that can eat and kill a snake, like a mongoose. I don't know why that popped in my head just now, but the mongoose. But then there's other things, but I can't really think anything else other than a mongoose. So, um, yeah, mongooses. Oh, don't know much about them. So yeah, and I believe that's it. Because with the vampires, tied that to the snakes, the whole thing's eating poisoning. Um, oh, and then snakes talk about narcissists. Sometimes with narcissists, it could go one or two ways. You can pick up their tendencies, right? So now, like, you might not be narcissistic, but you have narcissistic tendencies because he was a narcissistic person. He was around a narcissistic person. And then there are some people who are around narcissistic people and just are aware of the traits and know when they're being like the whole shebang and the whole spill and the whole script. They see that and aware of that, and then the whole slander, scapegoating, and the smear campaign happens, and it doesn't really affect them because it's just like, you're not the first one to do this. You great performance. I don't fucking know what you want to do. Kind of thing. And yeah, realizing all that over time and understanding that, like, that that's the whole slander. Like, you didn't actually do anything. The the effects that this person had on you, you have pretty much, like, you have the negative effects, right? They got the positive effects. They're trying to paint the positive as what you went through, what you've been through. And you probably just like, that's impossible because the shit that they did to me, I didn't do to them. And it's just like, exactly. Now imagine if everything that you gave to them, you gave to yourself, right? What will that look like, or would that look like? You would feel like very positive, very loved, and very cared for, and stuff like that. It's like, exactly, they never had that before. and they sabotage that and fucked it up, and they try to paint and say that it's your fault when it's not your fault. So do not accept that, because it wasn't your fault. It was their insecurities and insecurities, immaturities, ego, pride, vanity, care what everybody else is saying, everybody else is doing, try to keep up with the Joneses, impress people that they don't actually like. Very indecisive, out of balance, impulsive, just like it was them, not really you, which is the song, it's not you, it's me. I'm the only one I need. And like you're realizing like you in the past probably started relationships for like the wrong reasons as well as this person is as like does. But you were more so looking and seeking for love. They to I won't say to say that you're worthy or deserving of love, but to to give you know you have love to give. You want to give your love to something, and then you want to get love back. But it was something weird. It wasn't working. Um, and that's what spirit is like. Yeah, we stepped in to work this out because it was fucking with your mental, it was fucking with your head. Um, but the whole mind games and the lying and the deceptive, and you didn't know who to do. You couldn't trust yourself. Now you don't trust people. And it's the spirit's like, I get it, man. I get it. Like, I don't want to trust people either. Understood. And it's just like now escaping one narcissist or yeah, escaping one narcissist or like seeing through one narcissistic thing and understanding narcissistic tendencies and now like able to spot it in like other people and stuff like that. You're even more like don't trust people and want to put like seclude because you feel like, well, if they could do this then they will like what's stopping them from getting to like this point. And then like your twin flames and your soulmate, they if it does come up like manipulator kind of thing, but you do see the magician, you do see alchemy, it's that's what they were talking about. They could turn things around, being able to transmute shit, okay, and transform shit. Where the narcissists, they don't do that. That never happens, okay? Because they don't have all the materials to do that. They just have words. They just talk, okay? Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. That's the snake tied with the the bat, and then wolves, like the whole pack, and I guess like your soul tribe and stuff like that. Your soul mates, you just like they're like a family that actually love and care and support you. Just want to help you grow without damaging or hurting you in any way, shape, or form, because that doesn't do anything beneficial to you or to anybody. There's like enough pain and hurt and chaos in the world. Why we need to create more? They wouldn't do that. That's more so karmics and stuff like that. So they realize that and bringing and understanding that like helps. Yeah. So and then also so the whole projection kind of thing. Yeah. That's all that I see for this reading. If you feel like the reading resonated with you or helped you in any way, shape, or form, please like, share, subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye.